right now is, guys, we are not licensed or professional therapists, doctors, or anything of the like. The things that we're about to talk about are entirely our own views, and you should not be taken as any kind of medical advice in any way, shape, or form. If you feel the need for that, please seek out the proper medical advice. Otherwise, enjoy the podcast as we tell you about our experiences and try to bring more positivity and brightness to everybody.
Oh, Indigo, thank you for the host.
Yo. um, and yeah, let's tell them the new name.
Oh yeah. So we've been calling it Positivity Podcast, and we can put that term in there, but we renamed it CounterCharm. It's a D&D term, like for bards, because we want to like uplift people. Um, and so I thought it was like a name for us. So we are going to. I made a YouTube channel. And I called it CounterCharm Podcast. So we're gonna put all the videos and episodes there. And then when we eventually make Apple Podcasts or Spotify, then we will CounterCharm. That is our new name.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm cutting in and out. I don't know why. I have my mic like
No.
right in front of my mouth. Can you guys still
Still
understand what
cutting
I'm
out, huh?
saying? Am I not cutting out to you?
No, you're not cutting out for me, so it must be only going through the. Lil Joy Jojo says it sounds fine. Lozzie Bear says it sounds fine.
Okay.
Huh. Well,
Cool.
we'll roll with it, I suppose.
Okay, good.
So yeah, welcome to episode 3 of our podcast called CounterCharm, where we're going to talk about Twitch Burnout.
Yes. So we were trying to debate like what the next topic for the podcast would be, and there were a couple where I was just kind of basically getting burnt out from Twitch, and I was like, why don't we just talk about this? Like, this is a perfect thing, because I feel like a lot of other people are kind of going through the same thing. I don't know, it just kind of hit me like over the last couple, all of a sudden I was just kind of like not getting motivated to stream. I didn't feel like doing it. I kind of started skipping streams a little bit more often. And when I did kind of force myself to stream, I felt like especially during the slow times where there weren't really people talking. I was just sitting there like, this is dragging out. Like, is it 3 hours already? I just like did not feel motivated. And then like when I did skip my stream, I didn't really want to make it a habit, so I didn't want to announce streams. But then I don't know, I just kind of started getting in a weird mindset where I was like, does anyone even miss me if I don't stream? Like, I don't know, it was just like a weird kind of mental state that I was getting into. And I started kind of comparing myself to others more often. And like it's never even been about that. Like I've been streaming for the fun of it. Like I started streaming and make new friends and just for the experience. And it wasn't about, becoming partner or anything. Like it was for fun. But for some reason, like here I was just like becoming about the number, and like seeing other people grow and me not growing as fast. Like I support my friends so much and I love them and I want them to grow and do well, but for some reason, like it was just kind of making me feel bad, and I was, what is with? And so I kind of realized I was getting burnt out. Oh, I'm cutting out.
Oh no, it's happening again.
Am I cutting out
Interesting.
a little bit, rarely. Okay.
Okay.
I'll try to talk a little slower. I don't know if that. But yeah, and then I kind of started noticing that like other people around me, they were also like wanting to take breaks and just not really feeling it. It's the connection to streaming.
It might be Streamlabs and Discord kind of fighting for resources right now, but it sounds like people can still understand you okay.
Okay. For a little. Thank you. But yeah, I noticed like my other friends were also feeling the same way. So I felt like this was like the perfect discussion to have right now. But yeah, I've been kind of taking a little break. Now I'm starting to get my schedule back up, and I'm going to try to be a little bit more consistent. But I did cut down the amount of time I'll be streaming. I think that break helped. So, how about you, plans? How have you been?
Certainly. So, like, yeah, a lot of what you said is kind of the big hurdles that we're suddenly experiencing and trying to work through, right? And the things that kind of got to me right off of the bat when I first started streaming and when I kind of reached a point where I was like, okay, this is starting to feel like more work than play. Which, I mean, going into it, of course, I knew that doing something like this was going to be, it was going to take work. You're going to have to put work into it to get something out of it. But I also expected it to be, um, I guess to say not as challenging at times. And when you're trying to reach affiliate for for starters, you're grinding a little bit to create content that is meaningful enough for people to want to follow you so you can reach that 50 follower goal, and then to get that average viewership of 3. And what was it, 100? No, it's 50 followers,
Three
um,
viewers
3
average,
viewers, and I think it's like a certain amount of time streamed over the last
30
like month or
days.
so. Yeah. So it's like obviously like I, okay, maybe it's not that obvious, but like the easier part of it would be to have to just reach that 30-day goal, right? You get that 30 days in, you're done on that part of it. That's not so big, except for the part where you got to figure it out, schedule it out, blah blah blah. But then you've got, trying to earn the numbers for viewership, you're trying to earn the numbers for followers, and that part can be daunting right off the bat because you're not sure if you're going to attract enough attention for it. And so right away, at least in my case, like I was starting to feel a little bit of like this: is this am I gonna really want to push myself through this? Do I want to do this? Kind of a mentality. And then of course we always kind of circle back to this, but like meeting the community that I did and getting involved with the people that I did really lifted my spirit, got me into it, and then I reached affiliate. When I hit affiliate, that's when the change kind of happened big time, where suddenly there were so many more numbers available to us. There was so much more um, content to kind of decipher, and you got stuck in the numbers game and you started to try and figure out like how do I keep going with this, and then it starts to really feel a little bit more like kind of like a job in a way, where you're just trying to meet your own expectations. And what really kind of settled in was, you know, once you reach affiliate, the goals change. What you're trying to achieve next, if you want it, is being a partner. And so you're constantly looking at the things that just kind of like make you stressed. And that's something that I've kind of learned as I've gone along here, is that as much as I love doing this, as much as I love creating the entertainment that you guys so graciously watch, even though it's just, some random dude on the internet that was like one day, hey, I'm gonna just play my games where people can watch me play games. I was always the kid that watched other people play games, so this is a weird switch for me. um but it like became very whoa when I realized these are the things that I got to do to make the next step if I want to make it. And then there's just like all of the other stats that are built into it, and that started to stress me out. And I immediately started to feel like, again, if I'm gonna do this, I have to stay consistent. But staying consistent is hard. Like having a life, as I know everybody in this chat and Liz, we all have a life, and it gets in the way sometimes. There's things that like you want to put that drive and that effort in, but then you have you have your real job, and then you also have family things. Whether you have kids or just immediate family members around you, you have obligations still, right? And so when you pack it all in together, for me, it kind of felt like I I kind of keep coming back to this, but like I had two jobs, right? um, Suddenly I had my fun job and I had my day job. Um, and even though I love doing the fun job, after doing your day job, you kind of just feel like, can I really muster up the urge, the desire, the energy, the energy. That's the word I was looking for. The energy to do it, right? And some days some days you look at it and you're like, man, this, I don't know if I can. And holy smokes, there's a big old raid going on. Hey,
Thank
Nettie.
you, Nettie, for the raid.
Welcome. And so, I started to feel the burnout when I started trying to do too much. And it's kind of like you said, Liz, where you just felt like there were times where you were streaming to no one. Not to sound sad, but you're streaming to either nobody or a very small audience, and then you push yourself to keep streaming just to keep your stuff, your goals going, your stream length, like whatever your scheduled time is. You don't want to cut short. But then there's just times like this weekend, for example, for me. I realized that I really wanted to get something done, and that would improve my stream, that would make things better. And so I worked on that instead, which means I missed a day. In fact, I've kind of missed 2 days since I sort of half promised that I might try and stream today, which I guess I'm going to leech off you and just say this counts. But yeah, that's where the burnout really started to settle in for me, was just that feeling that I was like going too hard and starting to wonder if I could really manage to do both. And the thing is, if you just, at least in my case, if I kind of just took a step back and remembered, okay, first of all, I still want to remain consistent. Like, I still want to try and stream on every day that I say I'm going to stream, in my schedule. And then the second part was just realizing that this doesn't have to feel like a job. I can just get online and I can just play some games, and if we're all hanging out, great. And if I'm just playing some games with myself, that's no big deal either, because it's what I would be doing if I wasn't online, right? So I'm just kind of like, for me, I'm taking that mental energy, and I'm trying to put it into a better spot of, instead of thinking about like, man, am I meeting these numbers right now? Instead, I'm just going to do the things that I want to do to make my stream look how I want it to look, make it do what I want it to do, and then just have fun playing the games that I want to play, and think less about the numbers, think less about the viewership and the things that I have otherwise found are stressful, and channel it into just being here to have fun. So
I mean, that's how it started. Like, when we first started, there weren't really that many people, and we were happy with that. Like, I was having fun, even if it was just streaming to like a couple people, and if I wasn't really talking to anyone, still having a good time. And I think trying to get affiliate, there was that goal to reach, but it wasn't such a rush to get there. It was just nice whenever we hit it. But now, yeah, I mean, partner is like a long way away, and there's just no, I don't know. Uh, it's basically a fight to like stay relevant, I feel like.
mhm.
Before it was just trying to get affiliate, but now it's just we have to try to stay relevant. Like, that's what it feels like, and it shouldn't even be like that. Um, and it is kind of becoming like another job, because when I didn't have my kids for like the last month and a half, so I was like, well, since I don't have them, I'm going to try to stream way more often, just to make the most out of it. So I was trying to stream like 4 to 5 times a week, 3 hours each time. That's like 12 to 15 hours every week. But then on top of that, like, I would still, you know, post on social media, try to keep up with social media. I would go to other people's streams to say hi and like show my own support and like network and talk to people. And it was just like my whole life is becoming all about Twitch, and I was just spending so much time on it. It kind of like got to the point where I started feeling anxiety, like when I was trying to make my rounds to like say hi to people. Like, it was making me nervous, and I'm just, what is wrong with me? But I think I was just spending so much time just trying to network and stay relevant that it just became way too much. Hi, Sierra. Thank you so much for the raid.
Let's see, back to back to back to back.
Thank you so
Welcome,
much.
Raiders.
Hi, Raiders. But yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. It was I was showing plans like the amount of times that I was streaming over the last month, like before I took my break, and it was just so many times over 30 days.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely kind of, when you look at it, when you look at those numbers, it definitely gets a little tough to kind of like figure out, how, like you said, how to stay relevant and how to improve things so that you do get more, right? Which is why, like, at the moment, I've kind of taken that step back as well. It's like you look at partner and you're like, oh, cool, I've met 2 out of 3, because I'm pretty sure anybody that's an affiliate has, right? The only goal that is just so bloody hard to achieve is 75 consistent average viewers. And so when you look at that number, you're like, well, you want me to go from 3 to 75? That's 25 times more people than I started with. That seems like a lot, right? And at this point, like, Colette actually did make a good comment earlier about the fact that if you want it to be a job, you got to treat it and expect it like you would treat you like a job as well. And some days it's great, and some days you're just not going to want to do it. I'm trying to see if I can maybe break that theory just a little bit by, like I said, kind of reducing that worry about my viewership and just focusing on the content I'm producing, and perhaps the numbers will just come, right? But yeah, there are just some times where you're pushing, you're trying, and those days where you're like, do I bother? Like it, and also, like you mentioned earlier, like, are people gonna notice if I don't? You know, I can say, and this is not an invitation from anybody or to anybody, but I don't think anybody's ever yelled at me for not streaming on a day that I said I was going to stream. And I feel like if you make it big time, that might happen if they don't get some sort of an explanation via social. But I'm just thinking, like, on the days where I was worried about whether or not I could push myself. Um, I don't think I ever noticed there being a time where anybody was like, why didn't you stream Planes? What are you doing?" And I don't think I've ever seen anybody yell at you either, Liz.
Well, Nettie kind of does, but no, she doesn't yell at me, but she's like, "Oh, I don't see you streaming." So she reminds me that people, I think sometimes they kind of get into like, "Oh, like, do people even care if I stream or not?" But even you told me that, like, we do have some fans. We have people that do come around and remember about us and try to come to our stream. So that we definitely.
Yeah, yeah,
Nettie said I
I
do.
definitely, and and that kind of goes for anybody that's in here that is a streamer that's trying to improve their stream and everything. Is that, even though there are times where it just doesn't seem like people are there. You got to remember kind of twofold, right? One, they have lives too, so they're going to be off doing what they're doing, and two, even though it may not be like there in that moment, people do care. People are wondering where you're at, wondering what you're up to, and you can be sure that at any point in time, somebody out there is going to be like, oh, they didn't stream today. Well, what's up, right? There are people out there who are, even if they're not saying it out loud or messaging you and harassing you about it or whatever, there's definitely going to be times where people, they know that you didn't stream, and they're wondering if you're good, and hopefully hoping to catch you on your next one. So and I think that's kind of like the whole idea behind this topic today is, like, we're all experiencing it. We're all enduring Twitch burnout, and we're also doing what we can to correct it ourselves, as well as help others realize what might help them work through it as well.
Before we have our guests join us, I'll go ahead and just read this poem that I wrote. Um, it's called Twitch Burnout. And it goes, some of us didn't care about fame. We started streaming for the hell of it, a hobby where we have fun and game, yet now we're pushing ourselves hard to stay relevant. Some of us wanted to become partner, dreaming of full-time streamer success, but the climb becomes much harder when over the numbers we obsess. Streaming multiple times a week, networking, social media showing support, for fun turning into a part or full-time job, energy is starting to run real short. We love our friends and want them to do well, but sometimes we can't help but to compare. One lonely stream can be enough to make you feel like others don't care. Twitch burnout is definitely a thing. The content you make can wait. Feel like your mental health is slipping, it might be streaming. Yeah, that.
Beautiful, Liz.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Did you write that, Liz?
I did write that. Thank you.
Wow.
That was gorgeous.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Hi.
Hello.
Welcome, Little Joy Jojo, and welcome, Sabira.
Yes.
Thank you so much
Sarah.
for having me.
Thanks
Go
for having
ahead
us
and
on.
Shout you guys out.
Oh my god, now that I'm looking in the camera, I see my hair and I'm like, go take a shower real quick. I'll be back in like 45 minutes.
That's what I've been avoiding the whole time with the glasses, is that it looked like I was just looking at myself the whole time, and I was like, oh, I swear I'm reading chat, but it looks like I'm just looking at me.
Sarah, what is your full Twitch name?
Oh, mine, it's Sabera Mesia, Sabera Mesia.
Okay.
Hold on a second. I'll just say hi in chat.
There we go.
There we go.
Oh, you got it. You got it.
Last scene playing Axiom Verge, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, well, you know, I've kind of got a type.
We're happy to have you guys. Thank you guys so much for.
Thanks for having us.
So, what experiences have you guys had with Twitch burn?
Well, I started streaming originally like 3 years ago. And at the time, I wasn't really marketing myself at all. I wasn't really part of a community as such. I was sort of like speedrunning Shovel Knight at the time. And so I knew a few people from that. But like nobody really came by my stream, and like there wasn't really a reason for them to, right? I was just kind of sitting there trying to play a video game fast. And I wasn't like one of the top tier Shovel Knight runners or anything, so I couldn't get by on skill alone. And eventually it just kind of felt really draining to like be there silently kind of, or just talking to myself all the time, with no one coming by. So I stopped, especially like I kind of reached like my upper bounds of skill on that game. And so I was just like yelling at the game every time I was playing. Like it wasn't fun. Right. So I stopped and I was like, well, you know, there's no particular reason to go back to this. And then I picked up Axiom Verge and I found a like big community that came out for me. And that like supported a lot. And so now like since pandemic times, I've been streaming a lot more. But it's that plus a full-time job plus a toddler. So
That's a lot.
Right.
How often do you normally stream?
I probably stream 4 or 5 nights a week. On weekends, I typically also do a like shortish afternoon stream while my kid is napping, which varies very much in length with, as you might expect, my kid's nap. But that's also like kind of frustrating because it means that I can't give viewers any consistency in that like midday afternoon stream, which is the time when people are most likely to be available. Like a Tuesday evening stream, 1 million people are streaming. Every like pro streamer and also every hobbyist streamer is now like off work and doing their thing, you know?
That's a good point, actually. Yeah.
Joey, what about you?
Yes. So I'm a little bit different. I started streaming, I'd say, well, earlier in the year. So I've only been streaming since the start of this year. Prior to that, I've got 2 young girls. So my 2 daughters are less than 3 years old. So they're quite a handful at the moment as well. The difference is that I don't have at the moment another job outside of looking after my 2 children, which is I think a full-time job anyway. I spent a lot of time on Twitch, and I made a decision earlier this year. I've got sort of I've got a university degree, and my career was around sort of some different stuff, injury management. But I made a decision this year to focus on something that I'm really passionate about, which is playing video games. I sort of got into this hoping, sort of setting expectations for myself to progress towards that Twitch affiliate path and then Twitch partner. Getting into it more and more, sort of realizing that maybe initially, maybe even now, my expectations of that happening were probably unrealistic to start off with, and I'm having to fine tune that and change my thinking around that in order to cope better with the pressure, cope more with the amount of time and the effort that I put in, and not seeing the immediate results from those changes and those what I think are upgrades. So I started off streaming 6 days a week, along with looking after my kids, and we've also got an online business or two around personal development and some health and nutrition sort of stuff as well. So all of that combined, spending 6 days a week on scheduling was tough, as well as the social media, the YouTube, all of the stuff that they tell you to do to sort of build your Twitch stream. And I did feel that burnout. Actually, I'm feeling it a little bit over the past few months, and I've just had to make some tweaks and refinements in order to sort of push myself through and continue on towards that goal that I still want to reach, that Twitch partner. I just realized that it probably is going to take longer than I first anticipated.
When did you start streaming?
It was only at the start of the year. It did take me, I think, 6 weeks or a couple of months to reach affiliate. So I had a fairly slow start, I think. I don't know about that actually, but I started on PlayStation with no webcam and no sort of fluffy bits. So I gradually improved over time, but it took me a while to get to affiliate. The other thing that I wanted to sort of highlight, in that first week that I hit affiliate, I got rated by a big streamer for 800 viewers. If you remember, I don't know if you were there for that, Plains, but I think that also impacted on my expectations of how I would progress. Immediately I had hundreds of people in my stream early on, and that has slowly gone down over the past months, when in my head I was like, oh, this is a great start, I'm going to continue moving forward, but it's been the opposite for me. So I think that also negatively impacted. Now it's negatively impacting on me because I'd like to move forward, but I'm not.
I can see that. That's really hard because you want to see progress, but when you're not seeing progress, turns and stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Yeah, that's actually kind of relatable. The largest raid that I've gotten is like a 10th that size, but it happened at like exactly a moment when I could not stick around to try and keep people. And that's like this weird dispiriting thing, right? Where like, okay, I know that like 80 people are not going to sit around and watch my be right back screen. But also like somebody dropped a big raid on me and I wasn't there to like follow through on it. Like it's really easy to internalize that as like, oh, I didn't do the right thing. But a lot of this stuff is this mix of like weird happenstance mixed with your ability to kind of keep things going. And like I don't have near the time to put into it that Joey does, so I kind of can't imagine exactly like that exact experience of like really putting all that into it and then kind of having it walk back. But it is a little, it's relatable to have that like thing that feels like a big break not pan out that time.
Yeah, it's like what MXW's large raids ways emotionally said, and I can understand that, kind of like what you just said. I feel like when I get a raid and like I try to introduce myself, I sometimes I forget, but when I remember, I try to introduce myself and just tell them a little bit about myself. But sometimes if I don't get like a lot of followers, and I feel like, what did I do wrong? Like, what didn't they like about me to get them to stay. So I think there's like that too, you know, the negative emotion that.
Yeah, the larger raids definitely kind of give this sense of obligation, which is something that's kind of tough to get past. Because you know, you get that hit, somebody drops, 20, 30, 40, 80 people on you, who knows, whatever it is, and then suddenly you're like, oh, well, I had to go use the restroom, but now I feel like if I leave, all of them are gonna leave too, right? You know, it's something as simple as that. You suddenly are just like, okay, nope, I got to stick this out. I'm going to be here for it. And then you just feel that kind of, like you said, you start introducing yourself, you start throwing out what it is you do as far as whether or not you're a variety of streamer or a specific type of streamer. And you know, Colette, it'd be nice if it was so easy to just tell chat that you had to pee, but when somebody raids, they're expecting that immediate gratification, and if they don't get it, they dip. Like if you like
Yeah.
yeah, it's tough, and it can definitely feel instant charm.
I mean, the other
There are
side
s-
of that too is like if you have, you know, now like 90 people in your chat and there are 2 people talking.
Yeah.
That too.
Welcome,
That's
Yeah.
actually
Golden
an excellent
Optic.
point as well.
Sorry for interrupting.
I mean, I think there are so many variables to streaming, though, isn't there? And getting hit with that big raid or multiple raids, you know, you might not be playing the right game. You know, you got like is going to attract like. So I needed to change my thinking around that massive raid, and you know, it's gonna dip down. Like I got raided by 800 people, and I'm a relatively new streamer still. So you know,
That would blow me
keeping my
away.
expectations in check to then realize that this is a long game, I think, not a short one. You know, it's gonna take a while, and if you set realistic goals for yourself and realistic expectations, I'm finding that it's a little bit easier if I can look at that and go, you know, I'm fairly new. It's okay to see a little dip again. I can just improve something and keep working at it and get better and refine things, and I'll attract people that like me, and that's okay. People that don't like me or don't like my stream and that don't want to stick around, that's okay too. I just need to remember that.
Hi, Dr. Sir Dialab. Thank you so much. Great.
Um
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
oh no, it's okay. So one thing that I've experienced that is maybe like a little bit niche is kind of when I started streaming at the start of pandemic, I spent a decent amount of time before each stream like putting on makeup and making sure that I was like very presentably femme. Um, and even now, like I spend a lot of time when I'm streaming, like stopping and resetting my voice if it drops too deep. And I feel like the extent to which I do those things ends up affecting how much people arrive and or stay and or interact. Like the more masculine that they perceive me to be, the less likely they are to stick around. Which is this like huge bummer. Because I don't have the energy for that every time.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool.
very mentally draining.
Yeah. And like you do want to attract a community who's not going to care about that sort of thing, but like I don't know. It's complicated, right?
Yeah,
Like
it
if
certainly
you
is.
don't have enough viewers, more people aren't going to show up. But you want to have the right kind of viewers. So
That's like another thing that I realized I was getting burnt out from streaming was like I've been doing this for 6 months now, and I feel like lately I've just been way more self-conscious. And it's like, you know, I should be used to being on camera, but here I am, like I felt like it was just getting worse. I was more self-conscious. Like people have seen me for 6 months. And I don't know, maybe it's just like, yeah, getting bigger, talking to more people, but that was but but yeah, Joey Jojo, what you said was right. Like you are the ones that are gonna stay, and like that's all that really matters. Like especially if we're just doing this for fun or for our friends, like they don't like us, don't need them. Unless you're
Liz,
not
I sort of I talk a little bit about this on my stream, but if you're anything like me, you may be a little bit more camera shy, introverted. Um, for me, I'm not really comfortable speaking on the camera or being in a large group of people. So yes, I think it's natural. You know, when you first start streaming, you're really excited about it. You're getting quite a big buzz and stuff. And then over time, it sort of becomes the norm. Also, if you're getting more and more viewers and being in the spotlight more and more, it's probably becoming more apparent to you what's actually happening. Like you're in front of a large group of people through a computer screen who it may feel like, I feel like if you're like me, that it's a little bit uncomfortable if you sort of think about it like that. So I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah, that's probably.
Yeah. And like, I'm a person who, like, even in face-to-face conversation, when I have really strong social cues, or like video chat like this is way easier. But I start to feel awkward, like I'm talking too much, or I should have stopped 5 minutes ago, or something like that. If I'm like talking on stream and trying to keep up with chat and also trying to play this video game over here, and especially if I'm like speedrunning and I'm doing something that takes like 30 or 45 minutes in a single sitting, I'm like, should I shut up? Should I keep talking about whatever it is that I'm talking about, which is probably political in nature and is going to drive some people off? Or should I keep making stupid puns? Do I need to turn the camera off when I lose a run and I get super salty and I'm going to throw my keyboard at the wall? I don't literally throw my keyboard at the wall. Please don't throw your peripherals.
I think that you should do what you want to do, Sabira, and that we all should on our streams. Do what you're comfortable with, and you'll attract those people that like that. What I was saying before.
For sure. But I don't. One of the things that I am worried about though is that I will attract people who like the salt. And that's like, there are people out there who are like, their brand is salt streamer. And a lot of the people who show up in those chats are not people that I want hanging around on my channel. Just like, even streamers that I like have these people. There was somebody that I was like real sketch about in a chat yesterday who had an 88 in their username, and it was probably their birth year, but like, I don't know, I'm super like worried about, yeah. And if you don't know what that is, like, don't worry about it. I'm not going to go into it, but like it's that sort of stuff. And like, I might be a little bit hypersensitive because trans girl, but
I love that about Twitch though. You don't have to keep them around, Sabira.
You don't. It's true.
Yeah, it's its own ball game once you start getting into like the way that you interact as well, and so that's certainly something that it's been kind of fun to figure out how to manage, because I can definitely go off on a tangent and somebody brings up a topic and then the chat keeps talking about other, like, starts to move the conversation in a different direction, and I'm still talking about that story, and I'm like, oh, I should maybe stop myself for a little bit here and move, and so it's like, yeah, keeping up with some of that too can be really draining in a way, because you're not sure what you should do. You're not sure how, like, handling it sometimes is just a little weird.
And if you miss it when somebody addresses you, like, you don't want people to feel like you're ignoring them. Like, I'm never trying to slight somebody in chat, but I've definitely like missed messages for like 10 or 15 minutes before, and people are like, why aren't you answering me? Like, oops, sorry. There were like 20 people talking. Just kidding, there's never been 20 people talking in my chat, but
Yeah.
you get the idea.
What Palinoptics about, like, yeah, thinking about the viewer side of things. I know some people, like Nettie, for example, she turned off the viewer count. See it? Said that it's helped her a ton, and I haven't done that myself. Like, I can't. Oh, you've done it?
Yep.
Yeah, and I should. I don't know. I like to see it, but I do think that it does kind of get harder, because if there's like a period where my viewer count like drops, then it's, what did I do wrong? That kind of questioning.
I think I think the idea is that if you don't know that, then it's not going to affect how you present during the stream. From what I understand, if you turn it off, assume that you've always got 1 million people on your stream or 100 or whatever number you like, then it's not going to affect how your behavior, your mood during the stream.
Do you feel like that's helped you?
Yes.
Turning off viewer count, right? That's what you
Yep.
said. Yeah.
Yep.
I've actually started to do that a bit myself because, you know, when chat chooses to move slow, it's actually kind of nice to just be able to have a break where you're like, you know what, maybe I won't just try and keep a conversation rolling until somebody comes in and says hi, and then, you know, you pick it back up from there. But you don't have to worry about whether or not there's like you said, Sabera, where you've got 20, 30, 40 people in chat and nobody's saying anything, right? You looking at that like, okay, why aren't they talking? Did somebody raid me and leave a bunch of lurkers behind? Like, you know, you don't really know. But if you turn that off, that little toggle, all of a sudden there's no pressure anymore from how many people are necessarily watching at the time. And the only thing that kind of stings a little bit is at the end when you get your stream summary and you're like, oh, that's how many average viewers I had. But
yeah.
In any case, though, like, that's easy enough to just sleep off, right? For some.
Do you like looking at the stream summaries, or do you think that also kind of makes things worse or better?
I do look at the stream summaries. I don't think it makes things better, though. I think, I mean, this is like anything in business, I think. And I try to treat Twitch a little bit like a business in that that's a bit micromanagey to be looking at your stream summary every day and picking yourself apart based on the change from one day to the next. If you're anything like me, you're playing a different game from one day to the next, or perhaps a different time schedule. So if you're going to look at the stream summary, I think, I mean, I do look at it daily, but I probably shouldn't, is to look at it as sort of a longer term goal type thing. That's what I think that's probably the better way to do it, is to look at goals more irregularly, those stream summaries.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, with stream summaries, my thing is like, I'm a developer by trade, so I set up a thing where they all kind of get aggregated into a big spreadsheet, and I've stopped looking at the emails because that like plus 10% from last stream minus 8% from last stream kills me. But if I just kind of like look at the like week over week or month over month, then it's a little bit less of a like shock to the system. But I also don't know what I'm doing with those stats because I'm not like I would like to make partner, but only so I could have more emotes.
Right.
Not really. But that sort of thing has been helpful for that like stream summary shock to the system. But with the viewer count, the live viewer count, I found that turning it off is often worse than having it on. For me, like, of course, there's like the mental calculus of like, oh, I had 12 viewers and now I have 5. Why? But I've also kind of come to learn that like what Twitch considers a viewer for the purposes of that display is weird. Like I can have 20 people on the user list in chat and have it say that I have 5 viewers because the window isn't in focus or something. I don't know exactly how it does it. But if I have the viewer count off, but chat is completely silent, I'm like, do I need to be talking now? Should I be using my emotional reserves right at this moment to make sure that people are engaged? Like it kind of helps me calibrate, like, is now a time when I can take a breather and recover myself? Or is now a time when I need to be like putting on all of the charm that I have, which is honestly like not that much.
Yeah, I think that's the same reason why I haven't done it myself. Because we only have so much energy.
Yeah.
At this point, I actually believe that I have my stream summaries auto-filtering right into a folder, and if I care to go back and actually check what they were looking like, then I can. But they're not hitting my primary inbox, so it's like, oh, you know, I don't have to worry about the alert at 11 o'clock at night or something like that. I just go open that folder if I really feel like opening it, which lately these days, like now, like once you've kind of reached a certain level as it is being an affiliate, then at that point the only stat you're wondering if changed much is your average viewership. And so it's like, you can see that 100 other ways. Do you really need to see it in the summary itself? And so yeah, I keep it I keep it off to the side, but like I'm still very much paying attention. I just choose to pay attention at different times.
Yeah.
It's a little different for everybody.
There was one other thing I wanted to point out about raid. I feel like a lot of us are compelled when we get a raid to push the stream longer than we actually intend to. Because Plains definitely does it, and then he's like, "Oh, I should have went to bed sooner." But you know, he wanted to keep it going because he got raided, and that just like messed up his sleep schedule. I think a lot of other people, they kind of do that, like they mess up their schedule. But that was like another add on about.
Yeah. The place that I stream from shares a wall with my bedroom. And so like Joey once rated me with like I think 12 people or something like that, and I got really excited about it. That was a big raid. Honestly, 12 people is still a big raid. But it was like 11:15, and my wife had gone to bed at 11, and I really heard that one. Deservedly. Like we have an agreement that like 11 is the end of streaming time. But I like it's hard, right? To like you get that your focus goes to the raid.
Mm-hmm.
And then, 15 minutes later doors are slamming. It's not good. Nobody wants that.
Yeah, right. I'm like clockwork when it comes to my schedule. As I mentioned, two young daughters, and I usually stream at 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time from Australia, and I will always switch off Twitch and jump off my stream in the lead up to the end of my schedule because I want to spend time with my children and my family. And so, yeah, I even if somebody was to raid me within, a few minutes of me finishing my stream, my family is more important. So I always finish on time.
That's good. Yeah, we should definitely normalize just being like, thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. We're going to pass the love on to someone else. But because I had, plan already, but.
Yeah. I mean, that's really the thing, right? Is like if people raid your channel and you're just about to shut down, be like, "Hey, sorry you came in right now. Let us go raid somebody else so that you can watch a stream that isn't about to end."
Yeah, because that's what it's about, take the people and bring them somewhere else that they'll enjoy. That way, especially if you're already tired, you don't really feel like even being there anymore. Like you already kind of plan for it to end. Might as well just take them somewhere else that you feel they.
Yeah, that's definitely happened. Going from I gotta go to bed, like this is the end of my stream. Oh no, I just got raided by a bunch of people. Okay, I'm gonna hang out for like 5-10 more minutes, just talk to you for a minute because I know you all were like here to like say hello and everything, so I don't want to leave you hanging. But at that point, it's like, okay, all right, who else is on? Hey guys, I'm sorry, you'll have to catch me next time, and then you jump into the next raid if you can. But yeah, you still feel that mild obligation there that sometimes can be a little like crap.
I think
I want to be
nice
here with you guys.
Plains.
Yeah. And right, rating is not necessary, but a lot of people really love the experience of getting rated. In fact, I don't remember specifically who it was, but there was somebody I had recently seen going through my Twitter feed that I knew was a regular streamer. They were on all the time, and they like within like the last week or so said they got their first ever raid, and I was kind of blown away by that. But yeah, so it's it's a lot of people just really get that excitement out of it enough to go talk about it on social media, shout out people from Twitter or Instagram or wherever they might want to do it. And it's nice, but again, of course, it's not necessary. Like you're not expected to do that per se. People just enjoy doing it. And I lost my train of thought, sorry.
Kind of tagging on to that, like it's not necessary thing though. I've like formed some friendships with some larger streamers. Like hang out and play video games with them off stream, sort of thing. And I'm like constantly checking myself in their chats to like make sure that I'm not doing anything that could be perceived as asking for a raid. Which is this like very tiring bit of emotional labor. And
Yep.
like it's a good thing to be doing, right? Like you don't want to be disrespecting people in their chat. Like you're trying to be a good participant. But it's also weird.
Yeah. Yep, it definitely is.
Okay.
Speaking of ending on time, I think
Right.
that
Well,
thank you so much for this. This was super fun.
Of course.
Yeah,
like,
thanks
you
for
guys-
having us, guys.
Yes, it was a pleasure
Absolutely.
having you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Is there anything else that you guys want to add? I'll do one more shout out for you guys.
We didn't talk about a heap of different strategies to deal with burnout, I guess, as well. But I mean, some of the things that I sort of wrote down before we started today was to, I mean, it's probably human nature to compare yourself to others, but remember that this is sort of a journey that you're making for yourself, and everybody's situation is different. So to remember, that's something that I need to remember quite often. I said about the sort of the longer term goal setting rather than looking at the statistics every day. I understand that they're important. Palinoptic, I think, sort of mentioned that businesses need to look at stats, which they do, data and things like that, but day to day, perhaps not. And then having interests outside of Twitch as well is something that I sort of wrote down to avoid burnout. I spend a lot of time on Twitch, updating the stream and stuff like that, but know the importance of, you know, family, keeping in touch with friends, speaking to people rather than texting as well. I think text is a shitty way to communicate. Voice and face-to-face is far, far better. So that's something that I need to remember as well, having interests outside of Twitch. Thank you so much for having me, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah,
Sure
of course.
thing.
Thank you. And that really great points, by the way. Those those are both very actually, yeah, all those points were very good things to keep in mind.
Yes,
Thank
so
you.
much. As everyone follow them, please give them a follow. I gave them some shout outs. Please check them out. Do you guys briefly want to say like
Thank you.
what games you're playing now, or can expect from your stream?
I'm always playing Axiom Verge and Celeste. Those are my two big speedrun games. I play a bunch of different retro stuff. So right now I'm playing Final Fantasy Adventure again, the Game Boy one, and Journey to Silius, which, if you don't know, it was supposed to be the original like Terminator video game,
Oh,
and then they lost the license. But I'm also trying to diversify what I do on stream, and like stream some of my, like I make jewelry, for example.
Oh,
And so like do a little bit more variety streaming, because video games can be very frustrating and like demand your attention for longer periods of time than other stuff.
what about you, Lord?
I was going to say, I've changed my schedule as well to reduce the number of days that I'm streaming, but also the games that I'm playing. I think variety helps with the burnout as well. So I've started playing some horror games. Was playing a lot of Zelda Breath of the Wild, so I've sort of moved on from that now. So I'm doing a whole bunch of different stuff. I'm trying just chatting once a week, see how that goes.
that's
So
certainly
there's a whole variety of different things. Yeah, would be great to see some of you there. Thank you so much.
Thank you
All right.
guys.
Thank you both.
You guys have
All
a
right.
great
See you
rest
guys.
of your weekend. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay.
And then there were two.
So we will have Keezus and Indigal. Are you guys ready to join us?
And while that gets set up here real quick, I will be 1 second.
So is my audio much better, everyone? Hi.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm good. Speaking of the pressure we put on ourselves, I'm super nervous.
Oh, it's okay. I was too when like before this started. And we have Keezus. There we go. Hi. We'll give you guys some shout outs.
Alright, I'm gonna say this right now. I apologize if my camera randomly goes out because Discord does not like my camera sometimes. And it just does what it does.
Go. Welcome, you guys. We're happy to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Go ahead and wait for planes to come back.
Yeah, I'm on web Discord, Indy.
How are you guys doing today?
What? I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good.
I do nothing most of the day, so.
I woke up like a couple hours ago, actually.
Oh, really? A lot of you guys know Keezus. Indie Gal, I just met her a couple of days ago, but I bumped, like, I was surfing streams and stuff, and I found her stream, and I just loved her. So yeah, I'm happy to know her.
Nice to meet
it's
you.
Great meeting you. Yeah.
So, how long have you guys been streaming, and like, what are your experiences so far with Twitch?
Who goes first?
Go first.
You want me to go first? Okay. So I actually just looked at my metrics not too long ago, and I started streaming way longer ago than September, but I started on PS4 streaming. So I really had a PS4 like camera, and I was like doing everything through that, and I was like, I remember those days. And then I actually started computer streaming in September. So I was like, interesting. Didn't know, when I see those metrics, I'm like, oh, I'm fairly new but old at the same time. What else did you ask me?
So have you been starting to feel burnt out?
I mean, it's hard to stream and sit behind a camera and lights for me for even 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you guys that watch me stream and see the vibe checks and all that and the dancing for like an extra hour and a half past when I'm like, oh, I gotta end stream. I end stream and I'm dead tired. As far as burnout goes, I try to restrict myself to 1 to 2 streams a week because for me, this isn't my job. Before quarantine even started, this was never going to be my job. I literally just started streaming to prove to myself that I could get to affiliate because all of my friends were like, you should start streaming. You do all this. I've been creating content on the internet for a long time. It used to just be on Twitch and Instagram. And I just have like one-off little like movie segment features here and there. You guys recently, most of you recently heard the mixtape last night on stream.
Yeah.
And the music video, things like that. I've been doing that for years. So when it came to streaming, it's just like now I just play video games on the internet. So those that see my stream, I do way more than play video games on the internet because you guys force me to. But it's fun. But like I said, once it comes to actually like ending the stream, I feel way more burnt out than I probably should. But that's because I'm dancing. But I don't know if burnout is the right word because I feel like I don't stream enough to burn out, and I try to keep it that way. Because streaming for me is like, oh, it's cool. Just like I've met these amazing people with streaming, so I'm like, if I see them in chat, like if my chat even has 5 people in it, it's literally like Planes and everyone else, and I'm just talking to them. I'm like, I don't need 20 plus people here. And when I do have 20 plus people there, I'm like, oh, this is amazing. Yes, Indy, you're amazing. God damn it. Sorry, I don't know if I can curse here. My
You
bad.
can curse.
I go by
You're
Indy
good,
too.
you're good.
Oh, my bad.
I was
I
like,
should have said Claudio. Yes, Claudio, you are amazing. But, just when I have like 5 of my friends in chat, I still enjoy streaming that much more. And then meeting people through streaming, like when random people come in that I don't even know, and they're excited to see me stream, even though I do it once or twice a week, and they'll literally just scream my name. I'm like, me, I'm back, hello. And even the past stream where I was literally like, I drove 2 hours home to stream for you guys. It's like, I came for the shoes, but I was like, whatever, I'll stream. Just seeing people be like, oh my god, he's live. It's like 11 a.m. in the morning. What's happening? He's live. I'm just like,
Half of us were at work.
yes, half of you were at work, but it's like, burnout. I I feel more burnout in between, like when I'm not streaming, when I'm like, I should stream again. We'll see if it happens. But hopefully I never get to the point where I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna stream anymore. Hopefully that point never comes, because I feel like people will be mad at me and they'd scream at me and they'd be like, where'd you go? But other than that, I just
I
enjoy
mean,
being here.
we'd be sad, but if it was for your own betterment, we'd get over it
Squibby would
because
be
we
mad.
wouldn't. There it is.
Well, it looks like
I
you
feel like
found.
I have kind of the opposite problem. Like it's very hard for me to not stream as much as I possibly can, and it's not the best for my health, but it's like just especially in lockdown because where I live everything is still closed, like that potential to interact with people is just so enticing, you know, and sometimes that can like burn me out. But yeah.
I think when I got onto your stream, you had been streaming for like 7 hours already the other night.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's really hard for me to end a stream actually. And then I go in the Discord right after. But I started in May, so I still have like that reserve of energy, you know, but it's slowly like depleting where I don't know, 5 streams a week maybe isn't like sustainable, especially if they're like 6 hours long. So yeah, there there's like so many things that you guys covered in the previous part that I was like really relating to, especially like, you know, checking your numbers and like something that is interesting to me about Twitch is that like it's something very unique to live streaming is that when you're creating the content, you're also getting that feedback. And so your analytics are directly impacting the content that you're creating. So
Yeah.
you don't get that same experience making stuff for YouTube.
Mhm.
So it's kind of a double-edged sword, that kind of like interaction and real-time stuff.
Yeah, it's all about like the positive like feedback and negative feedback that you automatically get, and that can make you or break you.
Yeah.
When you say it's hard to stop streaming, is it because it's just like addicting to keep going, or do you feel like you should keep going? Why stop?
It's kind of both. It's like, well, if I stay on for another hour, maybe somebody new will check me out and I'll meet another person, you know? And so it's kind of like every time that I've met a new person, I think like, oh, if I'd ended the stream an hour before, I wouldn't have met them, like you, for example, you know?
Yeah.
So
I kind of have that same perspective, and I think in the end maybe that's why I did get burnt out, because I already have a full-time job where I work 40 hours. I have a side business and I have my kids, and here I am still trying to stream. But on the nights where I didn't feel like streaming, I would think, well, who knows like what opportunities I might have while streaming. Who knows like who I'm gonna bump into, meet, what things might happen tonight, like that could only happen if I stream. And there's definitely been some times where that did happen. There were times where I didn't feel like streaming, I streamed, and then I got like a bunch of gifted subs or donations or whatever, and I'm like, wow, like it's a good thing that I did this. But at the same time, like on the nights where that doesn't happen, like eventually that does lead to burnout. I do have that kind of similar perspective, opportunity.
yeah.
And actually, I'll point out too that Forgotten Fatality just made a really good point that streaming is literally gambling your time to an extent, right? Because you go into it with the expectation that like, okay, today I'm going to sit down, I'm going to play this game, and I'm going to get to that 15 viewers that I've been having pretty often lately. That's what I'm expecting, right? And depending on what day it is, depending on what factors are involved, whether it's first thing in the morning, afternoon, night, doesn't matter. You go into it with that expectation, and then you get 3 to 6, and you're just kind of like, well, I just sat here for the last 2 hours playing a game expecting to have all of these people watching me, and yet I didn't get that number that I expected to. And so you kind of feel like your time is lost a little bit there because you were hoping for more. That's one of those that when you think about it, you're like, how do you really overcome that mentality, other than just remembering that you're here to I mean, I don't know about everybody else, but for me personally, it was if I can play video games, why not stream them? So it's more
Yeah.
about the fact that I'm going to sit down and I'm going to play a video game and I'm going to stream it for people to watch. And if they want to watch it, great. If they don't, then that's the kind of mindset that I've kind of driven in a little bit. Is like, not everybody's going to want to watch the game that I'm going to play.
Right.
Not everybody's going to want to see Luigi's Mansion, even though I think everybody should. Not everybody's gonna. So, but it's a gamble for sure.
Yeah, it's like I think a lot of us push ourselves to maybe do more variety than we would normally like try with games. I don't know, that's my experience. Just to maybe open our horizons in a way, but it's also important to mainly play games that you enjoy and that won't make you feel that kind of like, oh, I didn't actually enjoy my time this stream because I didn't get that reaction that I was hoping for, or the turnout I was hoping for.
Hmm.
Yeah, if we're doing this for fun, we should definitely play the games we actually want to play, not just pressured into playing certain. Because then, yeah, like, what's the point if you're not enjoying it, and if you're also not getting positive feedback or whatever.
Yeah.
But you're right. You do need to market outside of Twitch. That's why I'm a horrible Twitch streamer, because I don't market, but people still come, so I'm happy.
That's absolutely another very, very good point. Is if you don't seize the opportunities that are there for you, having the ability to post on Twitch, post on Instagram, if you're a Facebook user, all of these different platforms where you can really get your name in a space where people are able to see it more easily and can show up from those outside sources. I mean, that's definitely one of the other stats that I remember seeing in the dashboard when we finally reached affiliate and everything was like, oh, where are your viewers coming from? Are they coming from these outside links? Are they coming from?
It's a weird stat.
The one that's weird, but I appreciate, is actually seeing where in the world people are watching us from. Like finding out that a good portion of your viewership is from the UK or from Australia, from Japan or wherever. That one's really neat. But like when you see like your outreach and seeing where some of the people are coming from, that's one of those things where it's like, okay, how do I get myself more involved with this so that I can get more of that outreach so that people will show up. And then you find out that posting on Instagram is hard, posting on Twitter, sometimes you're just like, what the hell do I even say? Like, you find yourself just running into all these different walls. And I don't know, how do you guys do that? I don't post on Instagram hardly at all, and I know I should, but I don't.
Thank you for the raid. I'm Kitoto. I know
Kitoto.
There's definitely like so much to keep up with. There's Discord, there's Twitter, there's Instagram, mostly like Instagram stories or whatever. And yeah, like I try to post on like as much as possible, but then I'm like, am I posting too much? Do I sound too repetitive? Like, are people seeing my posts, like same post on Instagram and Twitter and Discord, and thinking that she's like being too repetitive? Just like, I don't know, but at the same time, like I want to market myself and what I'm doing. So, but yeah, I don't know. I
love Discord.
What was that?
Discord's amazing.
Discord?
Discord's amazing. How when you go live and it just spams everyone. Other than that, I love having a Stream Deck because you can hook it to Twitter, and then I literally just have a tweet button.
Oh, nice.
So I just hit that and it just sends out. Or when you're using Streamlabs OBS and you go live, it's like a link to Twitter. Do you want to send this? And you go live and it sends it. Basically, everything just gets sent to Twitter. I don't have my own Discord. I mooch off Discords, so.
Nothing wrong with that. That's what these communities are for.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of like potential for content that you can create outside of Twitch about your Twitch. And so like you can make clip compilations and all of that. And if you're doing a lot of streams, it can be really tiring to do that on top of everything else. So it's a lot of times, like, I have a full-time job, and I work from home, but like my Twitch stuff feels like a whole other job too. So
It is. It's sure. It's a lot of like basically customer service. You know, you're talking to people, like entertaining, um, helping them if needed or whatever. But yeah, it's also just like all the different social medias. There's so much, and you're constantly in them. You're constantly trying to network. It is like a whole new job. That's another thing too. Like Discord. Do you feel like it's hard to keep it going, or do you feel like pressure or whatever on your own Discord, Indigal?
actually, the Discord feels like where I can be the least hands-on, because we have like a pretty tight-knit community and we do movie nights and stuff, and like it has a life of its own at this point. And so it's actually like a good place for me to feel like I've I've kind of brought some people together, or they brought other people in, and it's not like all the pressure's not on me when I'm there, you know. It's about other people too, and they can stream their stuff in like voice channels and stuff. So
That's good. That's good. I'm still currently working on my Discord server, just trying to build up that community. But like I feel like Discord is like another thing that I try to focus a lot of time on to try to keep it going and active. Thank you, Parchikio.
Yeah, it's one of those areas that that can be a little bit interesting in itself. Like you said, it can be very hands off when you've built up the community a fair amount, right? That's one thing that I've kind of thought about is being, you know, and for me it'll be an interesting hurdle because I haven't officially made my Discord server live yet, which is, you know, I've been an affiliate for a little over, I think it's been a little over 2 months now, and yet I still haven't launched my Discord yet because I'm like wanting to make sure that I have it exactly how I want it before it goes. But then once you get that started, like you just expect a lot of interaction right away, and sometimes the lack of it can feel also kind of draining because you're like, okay, what do I do to improve that too? And that's a lot of the factors. You guys are bringing up good points right now that I keep forgetting about. It's, you know, you've got figuring out social media, you got figuring out Discord. There's just a number of things that when you look at it, the grand scheme, you're like, wow, this is a lot more than I really
overwhelming.
thought. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because it is about building up that community. Like you were saying, Indigal, that you do movie nights and stuff like that. But it's like on top of your streams and on top of everything else you have going on in life, and you know, you also want to take time for yourself. You also have to schedule in those movie nights, and you know that does take up time too.
Yeah.
So trying to fit in time with your own community, that's definitely something that can burn out.
Yeah.
So what else have you guys kind of found along the way that you've done to just kind of, you know, keep your spirits up when you feel like things are just getting too overwhelming?
Definitely switching up what you're doing. I tried playing a game consistently, but those that watch me know that they'll randomly be an art stream, they'll randomly be just chatting stream, and then most of the time nothing gets done in those because I'm literally just vibing. It's definitely just like switching up. Like I wanna run through Persona, but then Persona broke. So taking a break from Persona, it's fun. I'm enjoying the break from Persona, but I get back into it at some point.
Sure.
Yeah, Cuses, it looks like you kind of found like a good balance on not streaming too much, like knowing where your boundaries. But like, I know you kind of kid around. I think you're kidding around, but like, do you actually feel like a lot of people only come for your vibe checks, or?
No,
Okay.
definitely not.
Okay, good.
Many people have told me many different reasons why they come to see me. Except for you, Liz. Liz, you specifically said, I need to see your vibe checks 'cause I'm sad. I'm like, okay.
Just at that moment. Yeah, Key says he does awesome vibe checks. Like if you sub or donate bits or whatever, then he will play a song and dance to it, and Like he has this whole Sailor Moon like cool overlay. I don't only come for them. I just enjoy them. Oh, the music.
Ignore the next one. Just let it slide. Damn it, Kitoto.
I see nothing wrong with what he said. A valid point.
Can I ask you guys something for your opinion? Like,
Certainly.
I felt that affiliate. I don't mean to say that affiliate is easy to hit. There are certain challenges to getting your name out there and getting those first few people to find you. But like, you reach affiliate and then you have that huge gap to partner, and it can be kind of demoralizing. Do you feel like would it be helpful to people's psyche to have like a goal in between that Twitch can let you hit?
Definitely.
I feel that way.
100%. I always like it, kind of how I mentioned earlier, that I think having 75 average viewers is just nuts.
It's
like
a
that's
lot.
Ridiculous.
Well, and you have to,
Coming from 3 is ridiculous.
and I guess if you think about it in a way, like at the same, I would love that. I don't know what that goal would be. I don't know what they would do to kind of make that more of a reality, and maybe what it is something that's a little bit more, like you said, it's something more achievable, but something that is like on its path to partner almost.
Right.
Because the thing about partner that a lot of people don't know is that once you reach that 75 average, you get to apply. That doesn't mean you immediately become partner. You reach that
Oh.
goal, you apply
Yeah.
with Twitch. And so that's kind of like the extra hurdle after the fact, is that somebody at Twitch reviews it. They say, okay, is this person ready to be a partner? And
We'll say it's not even you apply. They contact you first.
oh, do they? Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah, they contact you first.
So in a way, there is kind of that extra goal, but I do think that there's something that should be in between that, where it's like something that's a little bit more attainable than the 75 average viewers. But it's, yeah, once you reach that path to partner, you have to wait for them, I guess. That part's new to me, but I understood that you were supposed to apply and that they could just say, you're not ready for this yet. You're gonna have to keep trying.
So
And
they
it's
have to
kind
they
of-
have to
do
deem
they-
you worthy.
Do they tell you
then they
why
give you
though?
I believe so, but I actually haven't talked to anybody who's been denied partnership. I've heard that there's supposed to be something about, like, they'll tell you what areas they think need improving, but I haven't gotten confirmation.
Yeah, I
agree.
knew
So
that there
I
were
just
like
need
different
some
levels of
encouragement.
partner.
More
Sorry.
emotes. Halfway through, if there is a rank halfway through, it should just be more emo slots. That's all I really care about.
That's what everybody wants, right?
Yeah.
Edward Lee says, I'm gonna have to say no. That just makes people care about the numbers. If you want to do this for a long time, then you can't be so worried about the numbers. Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like then you start focusing on the competition, or you start focusing. I think there's always still going to be something, not the numbers. And
I mean, I agree with Kitoto.
Yeah.
If you are doing this for a long time, then eventually it's about the numbers.
The
Yeah.
numbers are knowledge for you, really. You know what your viewers like to see more, you know when to time your streams better. There's a lot that the numbers can help you out with. It's just that obsessing about them, that's the issue, I think.
That's the thing that can really drain you and make you feel bad.
Yeah.
So
Helen Optics said, how do you guys feel about channel points that interrupt your flow? For me, I try to make channel points that will keep the stream active, but not stop the
hang on.
Are you cut out for a part of that?
Yeah,
Oh.
Oh, I see, I
think it's
see.
about- okay. Yeah, I see it too.
How do you feel about channel points that interrupt your flow?
Keezus is a good one for this.
Why?
Because isn't vibe check one of your channel points
Yeah.
still? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you love doing them, but I also know that, like, you're in the middle of a game and you're like, well, shit, now I gotta switch over to my vibe check scenes. Hang on, guys.
Yeah, it can be tricky, I think. I had a a channel point thing for dancing in my hot dog costume, and it's fun, and I made it expensive enough that it couldn't happen all the time, but you know, if you're right in the middle of like an intense scene in a game, it can it's like, oh no, my obligation to fulfill the reward or the, you know, the redemption. So
Make them wait.
but
Yeah.
That's
also
what I
keep
say.
people into the game.
Make them wait. That's all I'm saying. They don't need it right
Yeah.
now. If they're here to watch you, make them wait. They'll stay for it.
That's actually why, for the most part, and this is something that like is it Palinoptic? I would say one of the things that you should maybe consider, if you love your channel points the way that they are and everything, you know, don't make any changes. But if you feel like there's certain ones that are interrupting your flow too much, I tried to keep my channel points like pretty concise that would allow me to continue to play the game, even if I had to do them. For example, one of the ones that's been pretty popular lately is I have a replica Doomslayer helmet, and some of the people in my chat decided that they'd really like to see me wear that for the 5 minutes that I promise it for. But the good news is that I can still actually play the game with that helmet on, so it makes it a little easier to keep the flow of things, even though I'm kind of half suffocating inside that helmet because it gets so stuffy. But it's you know, that's kind of the one thing that I would say as far as that goes, is that, you know, if you kind of keep the if you don't, if it doesn't require any physical change in what you're doing for, like, you know, being able to sit there and play your game, that's what I would recommend if it's causing too many interruptions.
Parchukia's, am I saying that right? Parchukia?
Yeah.
That if you're focused on the numbers, then the viewer is only a number. Is it even genuine? I would argue that they're unrelated. It's more about understanding what your audience wants from you and what they like. It's like a gauge, I think. That's how I see it. What do you guys think?
I mean, I would say it's probably different for everyone, but in more of a business sense, if you are looking at this as a business, yes, the viewer might just be a number. At the same time, if they are a number that's chatting, or more of a person at that point, and they become less of just being looked at as a number. That makes sense.
Because I feel like my focus on the numbers is a lot more about me being self-conscious. It's not about like how connected I feel to people. That might just be me.
No, it's also me, because I rarely look at a number and I'm like, oh man, these are just people watching me. No, I look at a number and I'm like, okay, I know where I'm at this point. It changed and now I see it drop. Did something else and it grew. Okay, that's on me. That's not on the people watching me.
Yeah.
And nope, never mind, lost that thought. Sorry. Sometimes it's there and it rolls in and it's like, all right, now get it. Never mind.
Yeah, for sure. You're not just a number. Like our friends, like, you know, the people that we love to see. You guys aren't just numbers, but the numbers are still something to think about in the have like partner. What about not friends? What are they?
I think, and actually you make a good point there. I think that really the biggest thing about a viewer being considered a number would really kind of fall into if there's somebody that popped into stream one time and hung out for a little bit, but then you don't see them again. Like that's kind
They're
of
not
that.
really a part of the community.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the viewers being a number thing is really more subjective to whether or not they're a returning person. Like if they're coming back on a regular basis and chatting with you, at that point you know you've gotten further along and you've created an acquaintance and a friend out of them potentially, that kind of changes that dynamic a bit. Whereas, you know, if somebody were to pop in a chat, say hi, hang out for a couple of minutes, and then leave and never come back, even though they followed, then it's kind of like, okay, in a way, and not to sound harsh, but you might be a little bit of a number to me because I don't know you. I didn't get to engage with you. It was just that one instance, right? So I guess that's kind of the catch in that particular case. So wow, this is just cruising by today. Did you guys have any closing thoughts?
I will say, in reference to the last group, when they said about viewers and turning it off and all that, I could never do that because I like seeing the number. I like seeing a little red person go up and down. I don't know why. It's just interesting to me. I feel like I'd have more anxiety if I turn it off because then I don't know who's here.
Same.
I don't know who would be watching me. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's just like being blanketed off from what's going on a tad bit.
Like being in a deprivation tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess what I try to remind myself is that when I feel stressed or burnt out about streaming or like maybe not hitting my goals or whatever, I just remember I try to remember when I didn't know anybody and like be thankful for all the friendships that I've made and just realize that having Twitch in my life is more of a positive than a negative and it'll always be worth it. So
That's excellent.
Yes.
That's excellent to hear.
Yeah, for sure. The community I've met, like, I wouldn't change them for anything.
Oh, we have a bot. Oh, we have bots.
I gotcha. Oh boy. Oh boy. Slow down, folks.
want to
the
become famous? Oh
Where'd you
man.
go?
the guest
My
that
followers.
I'm about to have come on in just a little bit. I met her in January. She was like one of the reasons why I met her on Instagram actually. And we started gaming together and she got me in a but yeah, I've already met up with her twice, like in person, and like just her, just like the rest of the I'm very, very thankful for Twitch. Like I might feel burnt out at this time. Like I love all the friends I've oh Nettie. Oh yeah, Nettie. But yeah, there's been so many moments in the last 6 months. It's been absolutely meeting those friends, like meet I don't know, just like Twitch sings nights like are great, like just drunk streaming gate nights like that we've had. They're just amazing.
Twitch sings nights.
Yes. We're gonna have another
Those are
one on
fun.
Saturday.
Nice.
Oh boy.
But yeah, definitely
Okay.
some great moments. Okay, well, it
Thanks.
was
Yeah.
awesome
Thanks for having
you.
me.
Yeah, thank you so much
You
for
for having me.
joining.
I was gonna stay, but I was like, I shouldn't. I mean, I wanna meet Sarah Luna. Never get to talk to Nettie as much as I want to. I talk to Claudia all the time, but I'll leave chat. Go.
All right. So
Alright,
both of
bye.
you were last seen just chatting. So anything to expect for next time?
So I play a lot of Choices Matter games like Heavy Rain, Life is Strange,
Beyond Two
stuff
Souls.
like
kinda
that.
Well,
But
that's
I've
an
also
instant
kind of
follow.
dabbled
Hello.
in horror a bit.
It's an exciting category.
Yeah.
Teases you.
Like I say, stream when the stream calls. Whatever
Just had
happens
to
on the
ask.
stream happens on the stream. It'll probably be a video game. If I can catch up in Persona, maybe Persona. If Monster Hunter, if I can get that to work, which it works, I just have to get through the beginning because I don't want anyone to sit through that. We'll get there. So that's
Cool.
about it. If not, we'll be doing
Cool.
art.
Okay, well, it was great
Alright.
having you
Alright.
guys. Thank you again. We will see you
Bye.
around.
Nice to meet you.
I'll be in
Bye.
chat. Nice to meet you guys.
Hey, does Nettie want me to stay? Nettie, do you really want me to stay?
I'm not gonna
No,
kick
she'll
you
join
out.
me in Monster Hunter. She'll join me in Monster
Oh,
Hunter.
okay.
Never mind.
There you
I
go.
got you.
There you
I got you. Love you, Nettie. Forget how.
Was he saying something? Okay,
He's
Nettie,
saying he forgot how to do it.
Nettie, Claudio, and Saru, can you join the voice channel?
They're sitting there floating over the button like, here we go.
Where's Claudio at? There
Hello?
we go. Hi.
Hello.
Sorry for that big exhale there.
I can hear you guys, but I can't.
Oh.
Testing audio real quick before I mute.
We're we're about to get slapped with a lot of videos. Yeah.
All right. What's up, guys?
There he is. There she is. And there she is. Hooray.
Hi
Oh, we're in black. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, yes. We planned it.
guys.
We did.
I'm gonna try
Ah.
to. Nope, that made it worse. Alright, we good.
Let me put this right
Okay.
here.
How are you guys
Cool,
today?
beautiful faces.
Oh,
Good. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Good.
It's so nice to
Um,
see everyone.
I
I
know.
know.
Hi guys.
That's so cute. I'll hang out. But a serious
what was I
hangout.
gonna say? Yeah, I have 2 questions for this podcast. Am I allowed to swear on this podcast?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Wait,
Right up
Am I
there.
allowed to vape on the podcast?
I don't
Uh,
see a reason why not.
do you vape on your own? Nettie, we can't hear
No,
you.
I just do it for the streams. Come on.
I mean, we believe it. Oh, what happened to Nettie? What?
Oh my
He had
God.
no audio.
Oh,
It did.
I could have swore I heard her to start off with, but maybe I was mistaken.
Hello?
There we
Can
go.
you hear me now?
There she is.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
Yay.
Here I was talking throughout the whole time, and I felt like I was just talking to myself then.
I need to lower.
Although I do not see you on screen.
No wonder freaking
No, we can't see you
Claudia
now.
was. Oh shit. Okay, okay.
There it is.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello.
Is everything
There you
working
are.
out? Okay.
Yeah.
So I was saying, I was like, because I was like talking to Claudio. I was like, Claudio, you're looking mighty handsome today, and he didn't say shit, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna say it ever again.
Damn.
Let's go. All right, welcome guys. Welcome to our Burnout topical themed podcast today.
Yo, let's go.
Yes, we're happy to have you
Who-
guys.
Who wants to
We're
kick
happy
it off
be
with their story?
guests Here. We're happy to be guests here.
So I know Nettie actually just took
guy who talked
a
right
little
is quiet.
streaming
Is that me?
break.
Hold on.
Nettie, can you
Turn
hear
up
me?
your volume,
Wait, what?
Toto.
No, I don't know. I thought we were waiting for Claudio. Okay, what was it? What was the question?
Oh, so we know that Nettie recently took a streaming break. So how was that?
It was glorious. I think it's because like I've been kind of just streaming back to back. I never really cancel my streams because there's always like cat behind me yelling at me if I ever cancel a stream. But it just got to the point where I was like so burnt out. I wasn't even like delivering quality content anymore. I was worried about numbers. I kept comparing myself to other people, and like, you know, I'm happy about my friend's success, you know, but I just got to the point where it's like I think I don't think anyone really watches me. Like, why am I still streaming? Like, I feel like I've just hit like a stagnant, like no one was like, I don't know, I felt like I wasn't growing anymore. And it was really bad because like I shouldn't think that way, and that's the reason why I decided to go on that like 2-week break. I just like told everyone that I was just gonna go on a break, and I just wanted to come back strong and with a whole new approach to things. And I mean, I feel better now, but maybe like 3 weeks ago, if you were to ask me, like I would just say that like I'm just not growing anymore, and I'm like a horrible streamer, and I don't know. I would just talk negative about myself all the time, and it wasn't cool. Like I needed that break, and it was amazing.
Hey, glad to hear. I'm sorry, I
Can
didn't
you guys
even
hear me better, by the way? Or am I too loud?
Oh my god, you're so loud.
I didn't even
Jesus
introduce
Christ.
you
hold on,
guys. I'm sorry. Assuming everyone
Oh.
knew you.
Do I sound better now?
Hold on,
Is
But-
it better
hold
now?
on. What I sound like? Let me adjust.
You-
it. No, you're fine, Saru. Okay.
That's
cool.
good? Okay, good right here.
Okay,
Okay,
that's
cool,
good.
cool,
Yeah,
cool,
that's
cool,
good.
cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Whoa, I almost got like a stereo sound from you. That was cool.
So
Or
here,
studio.
here we have Nettie. We have and Claudio. Is there like a line after your name or no?
No. I'm original.
And Sarah Luna, but there's a line after your name, right?
Yes.
Okay, there we
Boom.
go. Okay. Okay, yeah, no, that's good that you came back refreshed from your streaming break, and it looks like you even came back with like ideas and stuff because you came back with giveaways and
Yes,
games and
I felt like I
stuff.
need to get back. hmm
Yeah,
And like, I mean, I think you guys have already mentioned it too. Just like turning off the viewer count thing, it helps a lot for me, at least. I don't know if anyone else does it.
I
I definitely do.
Oh,
you
really?
do.
I just
Okay.
ignore it.
Yeah.
I just ignore it, to be honest.
Yeah. I have
You
to.
ignore? Yeah, I have to too.
I
It's
have
like a
to.
mental
I don't
thing.
know. Hmm.
But
I just
what,
block it
like, why
out.
do you do it? Like, do you feel that, like, when you see the numbers drop, like, it gives you anxiety? Is that what it is? Sarah?
Yeah, and like I think for me the reason why I have been like feeling so burnt out with streaming is cuz I'm struggling with like making the content that I want to make. And if I feel like if I pay attention to the number, I'm just gonna continue to do stuff that doesn't really, that I don't really enjoy. So I feel like doing it just because I'm having fun and not really like worrying about who's watching me is like the way to go for me. I know it's different for everybody, but yeah.
Yeah. Because I noticed, like, when I had my viewers on before, whenever I would notice the numbers drop, I kind of hold myself back and I'm just like, oh, okay, maybe I shouldn't act this way. And I was like, why? Why would I change myself just because I saw the numbers drop, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
and at the same time, like, I just continue talking even if no one's in chat. Like, if no one's chatting in my chat, like, I'm playing a game and I'm talking just because, like, but when I see, like, there's only, like, 2 viewers or something, I end up not talking, you know? I'm more, like, quiet.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea, and I kind of want to try it, but at the same time, like, I feel like if I do it and then maybe like, let's say after I see my stream summary, and then like it's just very low, I feel like I'd get even more disappointed. But I don't know. Maybe it's something that I might just try in the future.
Yeah, I think it's not for everyone, but I don't know. It's helped me a ton.
I kind of just use it as like a reference point sometimes. Like, I mentally just block it, but then when I'm like, all right, I'm getting a little tired. How many viewers do I have, or like what's going on? Like, is the chat being active? I kind of just use it to just like gauge
to
what I want
monitor,
to do
yeah.
next. Yeah.
Yeah,
But again,
I don't know.
I think it all depends on like what you want out of the stream. Like, if what you want is the views and you want to make it partner, then I think it's a good idea to have the actual viewer count up. But that's not at least not now. That's not what I want out of it. So I just want to chill and talk to people.
Yeah, I've made amazing friends. You guys.
Aww.
We're friends. No, just kidding.
Oh, what? Wait,
I
can
just
you
kidding.
repeat
I
that?
just kidding.
Wow.
I just
Wow.
I'm not gonna respond back to your text message, Claudio.
You already don't, so that's fine.
Oh.
So much shade.
This is
What's
a
happening?
positivity podcast.
So negative.
Katota's made a point. He said that the amount of streamers have hit an all-time high at about 7 million, then it's going to be weird for the next or two.
Wait, Liz, you're getting cut off. Hello?
Yeah.
This month, the amount of streamers has hit an all-time high at I think 7 million. So it's going to be weird for the next month or two, and then it's going to restabilize once Corona dies down. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Once the pandemic ceases, those who did this because they thought it might be an easy thing for them to pick up on, so they could do some kind of work from home and stuff. This is kind of like the survival of the fittest in a way. I mean, I don't. It sounds so like gruff, but like it kind of is a once it dies down, we're gonna see who sticks around. So
yeah, you're right.
But I think that kind of creates a summary of a theme here for what this all means, like in terms of the burnout and everything. And I'd love to get your guys' take on it as well. But like making sure to take time for yourself, have like a little mini vacation when you're starting to feel that strong burnout and things like that, where you give yourself a little bit of a breather time. You also just want to remember that like what you're doing here, you're doing it for fun, because you enjoy it, because you want to be here and be with the community and hang out and everything. And so when you're starting to feel burned out, I think a big thing to look back on is exactly how many people just love to hang out with you, right? How many
Mhm.
people love to jump in on your streams and say hello and chill for a little bit and watch you play some games. I think that's kind of like what you gotta look back on when you're thinking about like, oh man, this is really starting to suck. Like this is really tough, and I don't want to do it right now. I will definitely admit that you guys are kind of my, I don't know if this is the right word, but crutch there, where I look forward to seeing you guys every time. Like whether it's in my streams or in your streams, like I just look forward to the fact that somebody's there and I get to go say hello and hang out.
Aw.
I have literally had streams where like my only viewer was Nettie, and just like having her there, her there or like Liz there was like enough. And I was like, this is great, and like not every day is great, but when you at least have them watching you and kind of talking to you on stream and supporting you, it's like, wow, like I made friends on here, So I think that's a good point, is, understanding why you're doing this. Like, are you doing it to get to partner? Are you doing it to build a community? Which also like brings up a good point. I think that was brought up in chat, is like, you gotta grow in other platforms, which is I think the hard part. Is like, people don't really grow on Twitch anymore. You grow somewhere else and then they find you on Twitch. Because I did like a case study of the way the Twitch site is like set up for school and stuff. And it really does work against new streamers. Like, if you look at the way that features works at the very top, it's usually people with like lots and lots of views. And as you guys know, people with less viewers, they kind of end up at the bottom. So they really have to be looking for you when they go on Twitch, which is, tough.
Yeah.
That's a part of the
I
that's a
come
part
at
of the
it
grind, though.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I think
Yeah.
that's what it is too. I don't know, like sometimes when I get follows, like just random follows, because you get follows when you get rated and everything, but then I would get like a random follow, and I always like ask, I'm like, hey, how'd you find me? They're like, oh, I was looking for a Dead by Daylight streamer, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, like I do Dead by Daylight like all the time. But I've had multiple people also say that I just came up on their recommended too, and I think that's just a whole part of networking altogether.
Yeah.
Yep.
It works. It works like that sometimes. It's very rare, I think, for the smaller streamers for it to happen. I think I've been streaming since like January, and it only happened to me once. But again, I mean, I think it's all a part of the grind. Like, what do you really want out of this?
Are you
Yeah.
here to hang out, build a community? Are you here to make partner?
Yeah, I think it's about putting your priorities in line. Like, remember what your priorities are. I think when I was starting to get burnt out, like I kind of lost focus of what I was streaming for. I think I was like wanting things that weren't even really meant for me. If I'm not trying to actually like make this a full-time thing, like why am I focusing on the numbers so much? Like it doesn't make sense. I was trying to get things that in the end, like, do I even want all that? But it's just like how you guys were saying, like just having you guys in my chat and just hanging out with me, like that's like enough. It should feel like enough, and a lot of the times it is. I kind of lost that for a little while, but I'm starting to kind of remember, especially after taking that little break that I needed. But like Sarah, you had replied to like the whole Twitch Sings thing, and you said that was like one of the best nights that you've had like from this community, and I was like, oh, that means like so much. Like it's these moments that I stream for, or that I'm a part of the Twitch community for. Like I'm just so happy to be a part of this community. Yesterday we presented Keezus, who we just had on the show. We presented him with like he was kind of down, so we presented him with this video that we made for him, and like I just loved it so much, like how this community just got together and did something for him, and it just turned out so cute and just so sweet, and like I just loved seeing my friends like do this. So that like meant a lot to me. But it's just like about the friendships. Like if you're here for the friendships, like just remember that, like appreciate it, or appreciate the people that show up for you, rather than like the numbers that aren't.
Yeah. That's fair. But again, it all stems down to like it's human nature. That's why people like worry about numbers all the time and stuff. But once you kind of find like what you want, everything like seems a little bit more clear.
Yeah.
Kind of like for me, like when I started before I was an affiliate, it was all about, you know, getting affiliate. That's because it was for me, it was like, I think I can do this. My best friend did it. He put me on this and he introduced me to so many people. It's like, yeah, I can do affiliate. And then once I got to affiliate, I was like, all right, so what's next? What's next? And I was super worried about the numbers and all this. And then I realized like, holy shit, like I need to get like, this is what I need to get to partner. Like, screw that. I'll let it happen naturally. And then I just, you know, I switched my focus. But it's for me, it was human nature. Like I didn't really want to care about the numbers, but I did at first. And then, you know, I kind of found my niche. I'm like, all right, cool. I like hanging out. I've met so many amazing people. It's like, let's just keep meeting more amazing people. So
Yeah. I hopped on Twitch because I was like, well, first of all, my brother wanted me to do Twitch, and I was like, what is this? Like, I don't know what Twitch is. And then I realized it's just like people playing video games, and I was like, in my head, I was like, who would watch me play video games? Like, who the hell would watch me to play video games? And then when I hopped on Twitch, I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'm meeting all these great people, and never in my life did I think I would have like a whole new set of best friends. Like, I didn't expect that. I just thought like, okay, I'm just gonna stream on Twitch. People are just gonna watch me, and then that's it. But like now, like when I talk to the people who watch me or the people who stream with me, like I genuinely care about them. Like I always wonder what they're up to, and getting connected with them on Discord is freaking awesome. Like I talk to them every day, and like I just truly care about them now. Like, you know, like if someone is sick, I'm just like, oh my god, like what are you doing here? Why are you watching me? You're supposed to be resting.
yeah.
But yeah, Twitch has really like become more of a positive thing for me than it is negative.
Which is great, definitely when, you know, we're kind of feeling the occasional struggles that we do, because there's certain aspects of this that make it worth it, that make it like something that you want to keep continuing to drive and strive towards, you know, whatever goals you might make for yourself, even if it is just, you know, continuing to grow your community and meet more people, and not necessarily about, you know, whether or not you're going to make it into a career, right? And same boat, Nettie. I was that kid growing up that like I was comfortable watching all of my friends play video games, but nobody ever watched me play video games. And not for necessarily lack of trying, but I also didn't go out of my way, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I first started doing this and I actually got people watching me and stuff, I was like, why, guys? what is it about me that makes you want to watch my stream? And it just kind of went from there. And I saw Keezus mention something about it earlier, saying he never thought he'd get to 100 plus followers. And I mean, I was kind of in a similar boat too, where when I saw that I was getting close to 200, I was like, wait a minute, what? When did this happen? How did we get here? I remember when I reached 50, and then I don't know if I just stopped paying attention as much. I don't know, but then it's like, you know, you just start seeing that growth. I know all of you have kind of experienced it in different ways too, where all of a sudden you're just kind of like, whoa, I've got, you know, 300 plus people that are interested in being here, that have followed at one point or another, and that pop in from time to time still, and you're just like, this is crazy. So
yeah, I'm sometimes surprised like when people want to follow me too. Like it's like you just want someone to yell in your ear all the time, because I mean I'm loud. So
I mean, you have a full disclaimer and everything, right?
Yeah, I have a disclaimer on my about me. It says like put me at 30% volume, and people follow me. I'm just like, oh shit, like I guess you guys like loud old me.
Yeah.
But what
gears
gears you towards watching a streamer though? What gears you towards? What, man?
No, I said God. A bunch of different things. Like, I have to be interested in like what you're streaming first off, right? Because when I first go to a stream, I don't know anything about a streamer. I know what they're playing. So if I see, oh my God, this person's playing Apex, or this person's playing Dead by Daylight, or this person's playing this, I'm like, okay, cool. I like what they're doing, right? And then over time, I kind of develop like, I try and develop like a relationship with them. Like, just watch who they are, right? If they're doing like a just chatting stream, I'll try and, you know, stop by or something. But It's kind of like when like you meet someone in person. Like, let's say somebody's like, if I'm gonna date someone, it's like, or if I meet someone that's cute, I'm like, all right, they're cute. Now I need to know what they're about, because if what they're about sucks, then I don't care if they're cute or not. So it's a bunch of stuff for me, honestly. It's the way that I see it. It's like, what are you streaming? Okay, I'm interested in what you're streaming. And if I'm not interested in what you're streaming, then I go into like, okay, what do you like? What are you about as a person? Are you cool? Are you like engaged with like your viewers? Are you, you know, stopping by every so often? Like, it's a bunch of different things. What about you guys?
I think I look for relatability the most. It's like
Mhm.
I get interested in watching somebody because I'm like, oh look, they're playing League or they're singing on stream. I'm like, hey, that's really cool. But if I think I look for like genuine streamers the most, like people who seem like they're being real. And you never know, but like that, like human interaction, like you can really tell when they start talking to their chat, like if they actually care about, their viewers. I like paying attention to their chat as well and seeing if they have like people that they have made, you know, relationships with that, seem to be regulars in their chat, right? Like I see that a lot in y'all's streams where you guys have these communities of people who like continue to come back and like talk to you. And to me, that says like this is a real person who's really cool, and I'm gonna stick around and get to know them better. So like those are a few things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think when I'm trying to branch out and find more streams, I tend to like kind of look up the game, because I need something to go off on. So I look for games that I like or that I'm interested in and kind of like search for them. And then I kind of like go to the people that don't really have too many, viewers, because I don't want to like try to talk to someone who's just super busy talking to everyone else. And then I just like look for someone who I'd want to like befriend, someone just that has like a good personality, that has really good vibes, that seems playful and funny and like laughs at themselves and just seems fun. So that's typically what I go for.
Yeah, I think with me, like, I don't really like watching people who are just like, because some people really take some games seriously to the point like they would like get frustrated, they're mad, like that freaking pushes me away completely. Like the people
Rage
that I
streamers.
watch, yeah, rage streamers. I mean, they're Spelunky, right? Yeah, obviously we're raging over that, but we still have fun. Is what I'm saying.
No,
But
I don't have
That's
fun on
the person
Spelunky.
who bought you Spelunky.
The person who kind of went nuts and got everybody Spelunky, it feels like.
I know the video's almost done, guys. I can't wait to upload it. But
I can't wait to
yeah,
down.
I think
I can't wait to thumbs down that fucking video.
Coming in hot.
But,
It's a positivity podcast.
I know, seriously. Freaking someone kick Claudio out. Just kidding. But with me, I feel that as long as the streamer is enjoying themselves, that's what usually gears me towards them. And yeah, it's like personality. Whenever I'm like on a hunt trying to look for a streamer to watch, I'm usually lurking on the stream for like maybe like 2 or 3 minutes. I listen to what they talk about. I look at their community, just like what Zeru does. And I just like genuine people. I like the people that the reason why I introduced all you guys is because you guys have like such big hearts, and I just felt like, I don't know, like there's just something about you guys that make me so happy. Like I watch you guys stream, I'm smiling, like I'm freaking struggling at work, and then I look over at your guys' stream and you're like giggling.
No.
Tiny hands, like seriously, like I don't know, like I watch you guys and you guys make my day, and if I watch you guys and it makes my day, I'm pretty sure your viewers or the people that find you think the same thing. They see you, they're smiling, you make their day. That's it, really.
They're coming back for you. That's actually something that this is sort of still on the topic of this, but one of the things that you kind of got to realize too, in addition to like building a community that you are, is that in a roundabout sense, you're also accruing fans, people who are really excited to see you. Just like in almost a minor kind of celebrity status sort of deal, right? You know, where
Mhm.
you've established a presence that people come back to watch you do whatever silly thing it is that you do, whatever you got going on for yourself. There are people that are excited to see that, and they're happy to see that. I know that there's a bunch, I could say it for a bunch of other streamers that I followed and sub to and everything, where I see people that are coming back all the time, and they're always there to help and be uplifting and greet the rest of the community. And so you kind of got this thing going, which the small streamer aspect of it is another thing too, where it's really great to kind of be at this position. Like, that's the fear that I find in potentially becoming a partner one day, is it's like, how much does that mean your community technically has to grow? Is it going to reach a point where you have to wonder whether or not you're going to be able to interact with everybody at that rate, right? And that's something that can be a little scary. But you make such strong relationships with the viewers that you have, that's kind of like that's the that's the big thing. That's the excitement. And I
Mhm.
yeah, I just, same as Nettie said, I love being able to pop in and see you guys and say hello and hang out and know that, you guys are having fun, and you're also making my day because I get to watch other people who are having a good time. The
Yeah.
positive energy really resonates simply from being on screen for someone.
Mhm.
Yeah. I remember 3 weeks ago, I don't know, I just felt so stressed out about everything. When I was like just super burnt out. Um, because like I have this Discord, and then there's like people who want to talk there, and sometimes I just don't have the time or like the energy to like talk, But I think it was just one of those things where I was like starting to force myself to do things. Um, and I don't know. I just kept comparing myself to others for one thing, and then like with Discord, like I felt like I needed to like answer right away. Or like when someone messages me on Instagram, like I feel like I need to answer right away, and then like I started just overthinking everything, and then I even started like apologizing to my real life friends, and I was like, hey, I'm so sorry if I can't like message you. I'm just so busy these days. Like there's just so many messages. There's like it's messages left and right. I don't know what to do. Um, and I think that's what when I started reaching out to my in real life friends and telling them and apologizing to them, they're just like, first of all, like you don't have to really answer me that quickly. Like I understand, we're all adults here. And I just kept pressuring myself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I knew that I needed that break. And now it's, I just answer whenever I can, because all the people in my community, they ended up just telling me, it's like, dude, like don't ever worry about like having to talk to us all the time. Like we understand.
Yeah.
Like you have a life, you're married, you have you have your work, you have everything. Like you have your own little thing going on. So
Big
we'll be
facts.
here waiting for you. Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's what made me feel good, because they're like, dude, we're always gonna be here no matter what.
Yeah. No, and
Yeah.
luckily you have people that are understanding of what you're doing. In my case, I have people that sometimes aren't as understanding, and it kind of sucks because it's like I like what I do and I'm doing it for fun, but I also take it very seriously, because who
Mhm.
knows, I could literally go viral and become the next big thing, and this could be a career for me. But
Mhm.
it's I went through the same thing, and it went from me streaming every day 6-7 hours to like now sometimes I'll stream once a week if I want. And
Yeah.
I had to take a step back, and I'm like, yo, I'm feeling tired, like I don't feel like streaming, and I love what I'm doing and talking to people, but I can't I can't juggle everything. And luckily, the choices were made easy for me. It's like I love hanging out. I don't mind, not going out with everything that's going on, but for me it takes a certain amount of energy to stream, and it's like, I don't have to stream so often. It's not right now, at least it's not a serious thing for me. I take it seriously, but it's not like I'm not quitting my job for it. I'm not doing
Yeah.
this. I just have the time to do it now. But you know,
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
too much of anything can like be bad for your mental health. And like I've always kind of known that. Like I know that if I do something way too much, then I start getting into like a weird mode. But even with that, I still like was kind of allowing myself to be burnt out, and like I was just being stubborn and like still constantly doing that. And yeah, like you just need to know when it's time to take a break. If you're starting to overthink everything and not get enjoyment out of it, like it's time to take a break. If you're forcing yourself to do things, like take a break, just step away from it a little bit for a little while, so that way you can like start seeing it from a whole different viewpoint.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. And I know that if I forced myself, I'd feel miserable because when I used to work in dental, because I had my whole life set up around being a dentist, and I was working as a registered dental assistant, and then I think 3 years into it, I just like, it got to the point where I would like wake up and then I would just like let out a huge exhale because I didn't want to go to work, and I don't want Twitch to end up that way. And like I made huge life changes. Like I now work in tech, but I think it was like one of those quarter life crisis things where it's like, dude, since I was 14, like my whole life was around becoming a dentist, and then I never in my life did I think I'd be miserable at it. Like I like I was like, dude, like what do I do? What do I do with my life now? Like what career do I do what options do I have? I don't know what to do. But when I started feeling that way about Twitch, I was like, okay, I need to stop. I need to take a break whenever I need to. Canceling streams can be fine as long as I communicate with people, like the people who watch me. But yeah, like I started feeling that Twitch burnout too. And it was similar to how I felt when I worked in dental. And I just don't want Twitch to feel that way ever.
Yeah. Makes
I
sense.
think
And
that's
same-
something. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Claudio.
No, I was gonna touch on something. Bro, it's fine. No, I was
It was
gonna
one
say.
of the rules.
I'm sorry. No, I was gonna say that Sim made a really good point. Like, he wrote, "Have you guys ever sat in front of your computer contemplating if you should click on that go live button? That's usually a sign of burnout." And that's what it was. That's what it became for me. It's like,
yeah, that's what it felt.
I would wake up and I'd be like, man, should I stream? And honestly, like, the weird part about it is like, whenever I'd be like, nah, I'm not gonna stream today. Like, I just go about my day. But when I have those days where like I am burnt out and I'm like, should I stream today? The second I hit that go live button, it's like I instantly regret ever questioning it, because like I love talking to everybody on stream. That's the number one thing for me. It's like I think it just stemmed from it just came from like me spreading myself out so thin to everybody, like showing as much love, having like 60 tabs open, trying to talk to everybody. And it was just like,
that's what I felt too.
it felt like I gave all my time to my viewers and my friends, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I wasn't doing it in moderation. I was putting everyone else before myself, and it became an issue because I went from, again, streaming all the time to now I'm like, all right, I gotta time to pull up my computer at 10 in the morning and tab people up, which I still don't mind doing sometimes, but I gotta, I that's when I took that step back and I was like, all right, I need to figure out what I want to do. Do I want to support people or do I want to stream? And I want to do both, but I have to pick which one I want to do more. And for me, it was like, I want to stream and I'm just going to support as much as I can. And if I can't, hopefully the people that, are, actually there for me as a friend and not there for me as like a wallet or a bank, it's like, all right, they're going to understand. And the ones that don't understand that and the ones that stopping by my stream because I don't stop by theirs is, those are the people that I don't need to be around,
100%.
Yeah. Sorry, Sarah, what were you saying?
No, you're good. Sorry. I was just gonna say, like, Nettie touched up on a point about, what you do in your personal life really, really affects like how you burn out in like other aspects, right? It's like feeling burnt out in my professional career, I'm gonna feel burnt out on Twitch. And like I'm also in tech, but my job involves like teaching adults like all day. And so I'm in charge of 25 adults. My job right now is like 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and I'm on Zoom pretty much all day talking to people. And so at 5 p.m., the last thing I really want to do is get back on the camera, right? And interact some more, reply to Discord messages, and it's just so hard. And I think that's probably why like I started feeling burnt out as well, is because there's just so much interaction. And like my friends here, you guys know I'm like pretty introverted and like keep to myself most of the time, but like that's just a lot of mental energy, I think. Like paying attention to all of these like relationships and connections and interactions, like you've got, it's just so draining. And I think that's one thing that I struggle with, is being apologetic about needing time away from that, like needing time to recharge, always being like, hey guys, sorry, but I need to just like not go insane right now. I need to sleep.
And that's fine. You know, some people gotta, you gotta take that time to yourself. And again, if people really care about you, they're not gonna be like, oh man, I'm not gonna see you stream. Like it's gonna be
you.
like, and that's my personal thing, is like before before anything else, I always put somebody's mental health before anything. That's why I never expect people to show up, because like if somebody's going through something, like how am I gonna feel if I'm going through something and people are like, oh, where have you been, like you're not streaming anymore, and like I'm doing my own thing. I need to make sure that I'm okay before I can, present myself to everyone else.
So I am Katoto asked, how long have you guys been streaming for that you've felt burnout? And I feel like the length of time that someone's been streaming, it's not that huge of a factor. It's just also like about how often do they stream, how long do they stream, like what other things do they have going on in their lives, like do they have like on top of streaming. Like I feel like, you could be only streaming for a couple months, but like if you're doing it almost every day for like huge like periods of time, like you could get burnt out. You could be streaming for a year or 2 years and start to get burnt out, like even if you only do it once or twice a week, if you also have like a lot of other obligations. So I think that's not like a huge factor, like length of time. Like for me, I've been streaming for 6 months, and I started end of January, so like 6 months. And I kind of started getting burnt out like a month ago, but also you have to remember that we've been in quarantine. Like that in itself, we're stuck at home, we've been streaming and gaming a lot more often. It's just like, it's not very healthy to only be doing like one thing. So
Well,
like oh, go ahead. Are you gonna talk?
I was just gonna say, well, there's, maybe not a lot of time since some of us have started streaming. There is a handful of people who, once they get started on streaming, as soon as they reach affiliate, they grind even harder. And so that grind can really change your mentality on streaming, and cause you to burn out, because you're trying your hardest to make something happen with the expectation that it's going to happen a lot sooner than what's realistic. And truthfully, if you're able to talk to, I should say, a lot of partners out there that have reached that level, that most of them have been doing it. I don't know, I couldn't speak to how many of them have actually, like the length of time it took them to reach partner, but I know that a lot of them will tell you that it's something that took them nearly years to do. So
I'm Katoto. Oh, sorry. I'm Katoto
No, go
also
ahead.
said, do you think burnout is only related to growth? If we were growing at an insane rate, would you feel burned out if you were getting 20 to 50 subs a stream plus everything else? And he said, I don't think I'd get burnt out if I was getting a huge load of money. I don't know. I mean, I feel like you could still get burnt out, because then it's like more pressure. Like if you start to lose that, then you're like, shit, like what am I doing wrong? And you automatically need to fix it. And it's kind of relating to what we were talking about earlier with Little Joey Jojo and Savera, but we were talking about like getting a huge rate of 800 people and kind of starting out with that. And then, so at first you already have like all these people and all these like followers and subs and whatever, but then when numbers start to decline and you're not growing that fast, then it's just more pressure. So I don't know, I feel like it's kind of like how when we were just grinding to affiliate, like we didn't really care that much, but it's like the more you get and the more you see, like the more you kind of want. And if you're already kind of
Yeah.
getting like a taste and you're getting like all that the subs and then you kind of don't anymore, then like I don't know, it's something that you have to adjust to and realize that things are changing.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that I've heard talking to somebody who is partnered. I asked, like, okay, so do you still pay attention to your numbers now that you're partnered, or do you kind of just do what you want, right? Do you have a schedule and do you do these things? And I remember him telling me that like having a schedule makes it easy, but that he is so burnt out because he does still pay attention to his numbers, because once he made it to partner, he was like, this is my full-time thing now. And I think after like a period of 6 months, that just went on like this steady decline. And you know, like
Mm-hmm.
that sends you into some serious like depression. Like,
what am I gonna
like,
Yeah.
oh
do?
shit,
Yeah.
what am I gonna do? Like, this is my, this is, you know, this is how I pay my bills. And then all of a sudden the numbers start to drop. And even though he is partnered, he still struggles with, you know, how do I get people to stay for my content? Because
Yeah.
that's really hard, I think, no matter at what stage you're at
Yeah.
in this platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it depends on how you look at it. Like my burnout personally, I think it came from me not being able to be creative enough to provide different kind of content, you know.
Yeah, that's my fault too.
But the way that I see it is like if this was my career, right? This is gonna be the most stressful thing for me if I see a decline, because it's like imagine me working a regular full-time job. If my performance is not up to par, I'm gonna start getting warnings and I'm eventually gonna lose my job. And I feel like it's the same way with Twitch partnership. It's like if this is your full-time thing, you know, you start seeing a decline, you gotta, you know, go in for that performance review and you're not up to par, you know, you're gonna start losing your income. So yeah, I think it can be related to growth, but it's not only related to growth. I think it's, for me, it was just my job as, you know, a casual part-time streamer is to, you know, it's meet new people and provide the best content that I can possibly provide. If I can't do that, then I feel like my part-time streamer job, I'm not doing, you know, what I'm not doing as well as I want to be doing. So it's like it can be a little bit stressful, and that's what burnt me out. But it got to the point where I had to, you know, I had to contemplate. I'm like, okay, like what am I gonna do? You know, if I can't come up with any ideas, I'll just keep streaming, and you know, I'm just doing this for. Sorry, Sim just sent a message. It's I sit back and I contemplate. I'm like, yo, if am I really doing this for fun? And that's kind of like that was the whole epiphany for me. It's like at the end of the day, like I don't see myself being partner anytime soon, so I'm just gonna, you know, do what I want, and that for me is providing, you know, my as best of content as I can. So
Yeah.
Sure.
And I think it's one of those things where your hobby just turns into a job. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I was thinking about it before. I was like, oh my gosh, why am I treating this shit like it's a job? Like, like I'm doing this for fun. You know, this is supposed to be a hobby. So I had to really teach myself that, because you know, when you have high expectations and you don't really meet that expectation, it ruins you. You know. And then back to what Kitoro was saying, like if you got like 800 subs or whatever, right? Like if 200 subs, like, would that motivate you more? I'm like, no, not really. Like, to me, like my motive to be on Twitch is not really the money. I mean, getting partner would be awesome, but it's just really making people happy. That's the reason why I'm on Twitch. I just want to make people happy. And I think there was a point in time when someone was asking me, because I have like was it Bean Boozled or something on my channel point? They're like, well, why don't you like, you know, like charge for one bean? Yeah, charge for one bean. And I was like, no, I don't want to. Like the reason why I have the Bean Boozled on my channel point is it's just to make people happy. I want them to laugh. It's content. I'm not trying to make money. I just want people to be happy. And
It's sad how much suffering makes some people happy.
yeah.
These beans are nasty.
They are.
I mean, even the good flavors in there are not good.
Yeah. Well, there's mint, the blue one. The blue one's always gonna be a good
toothpaste.
thing.
Toothpaste.
Yeah, toothpaste is fine.
It's the
Yeah.
only one that's okay because you eat it and you're like, cool. Now that canned dog food doesn't taste like dog food anymore.
What is hold on? What is Bean Boozled specifically?
Is it like
just like
the Harry Potter every flavor beans?
yeah, because if that's what it is, then it's a straight rip from Birdie Bot's Every Flavored Beans, and I'm not for it.
I actually believe that Bean
Someone send
Boozled
it to
existed
Claudio.
first. I believe it existed first, and so that's it's just Harry Potter made it much more
Magical?
magical.
You're telling me Bean Boozled came out first?
I'm fairly
I don't know if I believe it. Are you sure?
I'm
Yeah,
fucking.
look
I'm
it up.
fact
I'll-
checking
Oh,
shit
there's
right now.
Harry Potter though. There's Harry Potter. The little like weird flavors, because remember they had booger.
Yeah.
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 It's the Harry Potter one? That's amazing.
Go
Yeah.
fucking-
Oh my god. I'm
Get
gonna
the fuck
buy
out of here.
them.
Bean Boozled came out in 2007.
in 2007, and Harry Potter was.
Fucking
Oh my
1999.
god.
All right,
yeah,
all right, you
okay,
win that one. You win that one. Maybe it was because
Let's
Jelly
go.
Belly actually made the Birdie Bots Ever Flavored Beans, and they were like, we keep making this, and people keep buying it, so we're just gonna call it Bean Boozled now. I don't know. I actually
I'm
thought
fucking-
that was at first, but crazy.
Fucking, I'm boycotting Bean Boozled.
I tell you, it's gross.
Nettie,
There's bad stuff. Anyway,
so you were saying that you realized, like, you know, you only wanted to do as a hobby, and like,
Wait,
it
you're
was,
gonna cut off again.
Man.
Wait, what?
is this better?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Stupid mic. Okay, you said that you realized that it was supposed to be just a hobby for fun, right? Did you realize
Yeah.
that before you took your break, or during, or after?
What do you mean? Like, wait, is streaming was just for fun? Like,
Oh, just like
Like-
you know how you said that you kind of got burnt out, like, but you remembered that it was just for fun and not like
yeah.
a job.
That I realized that after my break. So before my break, like I just started to treat Twitch as like a job.
hmm
Like I was spreading myself thin. I did what Claudio did. I would like tab people up, and then like that's the first thing I would do. Like first thing in the morning, I would like tab people up, and then in the afternoon, I would tab a whole new set of people up, and then another one, and
Yeah.
then it was like I was like I shouldn't be doing this. Like why the fuck am I, like why the fuck am I doing this to myself? Like that now I just do it whenever I'm like streaming or whenever I have the time to, or
Yeah.
I pay attention to the people that pay attention to me. Like it's just one of those things. Like
Yeah.
I don't understand why I was tabbing people up. Like why would I tab people up all the time? Like why am I making
Because
myself
you're a
suffer?
supportive friend, but also
Yeah.
you gotta take care of you first.
Yeah.
Like
have
as much
to.
as much as I love tabbing people up, I came to a self-realization that it was like for
Mhm.
me it's not me showing I'm not showing real support. Like
Yeah.
what I'm
It's,
just gonna
it's
fucking
fake support. Yeah.
like I
Yeah.
get it if you're pushing for affiliate. It's like okay, I want to help
Yeah.
you get to affiliate. That's like my number one goal for almost everyone is to at least make it to
Yeah.
affiliate because
Mhm.
the money even though it's not like if you have a fucking job, the money is like the money's great. It's a great bonus, but like if you have a job, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter, right? But some
Yeah.
people want it, and that's okay. You know, you
Mhm.
want the emotes, you want the ad-free viewing, you want all this cool stuff, but it's like, why am I like? For me, it's just I didn't feel it right within myself to just like constantly like just tap people up. It's like I'd rather be there and talk to you, and sometimes like that's what I want. Like as much as I appreciate the lurking, like if you're gonna lurk and you have stuff going on, like if you're at work, like I've had people be like, yeah, I'm tabbing you up while I'm at work. I'm like, all right, that's cool, I get it. But like if you're just
That's like
tabbing
way
me, like if
going
you're
out of your way.
yeah, like
Yeah.
no, but I get that. Like that's a real life thing going on. But like if you're just lurking for support to get some recognition for me to like just go to your stream and show you support,
And then
like
do the same
I just
thing.
I don't find it like a genuine thing. And I made that mistake before, you know, tabbing up 60 people and you know all this stuff going on. It's like first of all, my computer was taking a massive hit. Like I would
Yeah.
have
People? Holy
I would have like 60 tabs open.
Oh my
no,
gosh.
really? Are you serious?
Yeah,
60
and I
people?
just and I found out two things during that. If you mute their stream, it doesn't count as a
Mhm.
view anyways. So it's like, why is the tab open? And I can't confirm it, but someone told me that Twitch only like records the first 4 tabs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
something I heard
like
that
the
too.
something like 4 or 5 tabs, whatever the number might be. But it's like, okay, those 4 tabs are counted as a viewer. The rest, out the window.
Mhm.
It's
Oh.
like,
Yeah.
you get me? So
I
Yeah.
admit I'm
Uh,
same boat. I
I
stopped
see a
doing
lot
it.
of people like doing that like follow for follow stuff on
Mhm.
Instagram.
Oh
And I'm
my
just
Whack.
like,
god.
that's so
Oh, it's
weird.
So
pointless.
dumb.
Don't do it.
Yeah, I hate
Whack.
that shit.
Yeah.
Don't
What's
do it.
annoying is when they
Yeah.
message you. They're like,
Yes.
"Oh hey."
I'm like, I don't even know
Yeah.
you. I was like, have I ever talked to you? And y'all know
Yeah.
I've been experiencing some weird freaking messages on Instagram
Yeah.
lately. I
Yeah.
just can't.
I
Yeah.
don't try to show support by like to get people to come to my stream. Like I don't just visit people's streams so that way they'll come to mine. But I do
Yeah.
feel guilty when people come to my streams and then I feel like, oh, I need to support them in return just because I feel guilty. I feel like they take their time for me, so I should take my time for them. But it was like to the point where I go on Twitch when I'm at work because it's really slow right now. So I would like have one stream open and it's like someone I actually want to hang out with and talk to and I'll chat with them and stuff. But then I'm like, okay, like I need to make my rounds and show support to like the other people to like, you know, give it in return. But like I know that like if I go onto their stream, like I'm going to want to chat with them for a little bit because I don't want to be one of those people that are like, hi, bye, right? Like I want to like
Yeah.
say hi and at least chat with you for a little bit, just give you some of my time. And I don't want to just, I don't like to just like disappear. So then I have to be like, well, I got to get going, bye, right?
Yeah.
So it's like that whole
Yeah.
spiel. And like I was starting to do that and I was like getting anxiety from doing that. I'm like, I just felt
Yeah.
stressed. And I think it's also because like I had the other person that I did want to hang out with still tabbed up and I was still listening to them. So I'm like, I do this thing where I'm like listening to two streams at the same time. And it's just
Yeah.
so much like mental stress.
So distracting.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm really bad at doing that. Sometimes like I'll be in voice chat with people, but I'll also be listening to streams because I want to be like
Yeah.
involved and you know like participating. But it's so much like auditory like stimulus and it's like mentally
Yeah.
taxing. So yeah, I was just starting to get anxiety and I'm like, okay, I need to stop. Like this is a bad sign.
Yeah.
But
And it's like, and it gets to the point, like, if you think about it on a big scale, like, what if, like, I think Nettie, Colette, all these people, like, you guys have so many followers. It's like, are you going to be able to support everyone all at the same time? No, nobody is, you know? And it sucks, you know, I want to do it. I sometimes still pull up like 10, 20 tabs and I'm trying to just talk to everyone, but it's like, I also have my life going on.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
as much as I love everyone, I come first, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like there's people that are like over obsessed, like they're super hyper obsessed with like just tabbing people up, and it's like I'm here I'm here and lurking for support. I'm here like it's like
yeah, I see that all the time too.
Like-
And I just sit there and just like, oh thanks. You know, a lurk is good for me. I don't care. Like, thank you. Like I appreciate it. But
mhm.
I hope that they're not approaching it the way I did, where it's kind of like I'm putting you up because I have to. Like I need
Yeah.
to you watch my stream, like I have to put you up on lurk. I'm like, no, I
Mhm.
like I hope they don't feel that way because
Yeah.
that's where the burnout starts. Because you're
Yeah.
gonna start tapping up like 60 people. And and I hopefully they're not going through all that. Like I'm concerned. Like I appreciate the support, but I don't always expect people to always be there, and it's okay. Like
Mhm.
I don't have high expectations of my mods. Like if my mods aren't there, it's okay. Like I know you have like a whole life. Like you
Yeah.
do other things. I don't want you to schedule your life around my streams. So that's what I always tell my mods all the time. I'm like, just do you. Don't ever apologize
Yeah.
saying that, oh, I'm sorry I wasn't on your stream. It's okay. I get it.
I feel like
It-
there are so many ways to like show genuine support that are not like lurking or tabbing up. I think if someone's having like a celebration stream and they post it on Instagram, maybe like shouting them out and being like, "Hey, check out my friend who is streaming this awesome thing," or
Yeah.
like what I do sometimes. Like I'll even just send a message and be like, "Hey, how was your stream? I hope it was a good one." you
Yeah,
know?
it's
Like,
cute. Yeah.
yeah, like I feel like they're like emotional support is better than like an empty view. I feel like.
Oh,
TK,
Oh my
thank you
God,
so
Rose!
much.
Yeah, everybody saw that. Everybody saw that.
Thank you,
Damn.
Thank you, TK. I appreciate
Okay.
it.
Damn.
But
TK.
I mean, I think that's what I also love about, I mean, Liz is an NEC, I'm an NEC, Claudio's an NEC, Plains and Saru, you guys are trainees, but,
Yeah.
like, what I love about the group that we're in right now is that we just care about each other. There's no drama, we just have fun, we talk.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's no obligation to anything. We're just friends. We're a group of friends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
So
gone like
wholesome.
it's gone beyond Twitch. Like even
Yeah.
personal problems, you know, like we can talk to each other about it.
Oh
Like
my god.
Yeah, I know, but it's mostly having fun though. Like I feel like that's what it is. We're not competing against one another at all. We're all
Yeah.
just one big happy
no, I mean like when we have like personal issues, like when we're sad about something, like we're there for
Oh,
each
yeah.
other, even outside of like Twitch related stuff, you know?
Oh my
Yeah.
god, yeah. Like I'll be messaging Nettie at like 1 my time, and then she'll be like, "Why are you still awake?"
family.
I'm just like, I'm sad.
Aw.
All right, don't worry. Talk
Oh,
to me,
man.
boo.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'll listen to you. Yeah, and it's funny because I would ask her that, but here I am awake at like fucking what 3 a.m., 4 a.m.
Like 3 the time. Why are you still awake, dude?
Bro, yeah, like sometimes I'll wake up at like 6 in the morning, get ready for work, and I see Nettie's on Discord, like, bro, what are you doing?
And I think it's because first of all, my work starts at 11:30, and it's like in the middle of the day, and then at the end of the night, I spend that time with my husband, because when I was streaming before, it was just like, okay, I would just be on Twitch all day, 7 days a week, and then I wasn't spending time with Rolly anymore, and to him it doesn't matter. He's like, I totally get it. You're working hard at what you're doing on Twitch. But I needed that balance. Like I wanted to spend time with my husband. I want to sit down and watch a movie with my husband. That's what I do. So after I stream, I'm off Twitch. I'll come maybe an hour. I don't know, an hour later, 2 hours later. But I make sure that I spend time with Rolly at the end of the night all the time, because I want to have like a very healthy relationship with my husband.
Good. Good.
It's about that balance, you know? Like
Yeah.
For sure.
my scale was like so off to one side. Like there would be times where like I wouldn't talk to my mom in like 2 weeks. The lady gave birth
Yeah.
to me. Like Jesus Christ. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
and it's like I get it, you know. I can't really visit her, but like now it's like, you know, I take the time to call my mom. I'll talk to my sister. I'll talk to my friends, and it's like the people that understand. That's what I love about the people like that I've surrounded myself with. Everyone understands that we all have things going on, you know, and as much as we want to be there for each other, sometimes we can't, you know. And just to have somebody like Nettie tell me, yo, I miss you, and I'm like, yo, I fucking miss you too. I'm so sorry. Like I understand like you fucking work at this time and you're up at this time and I'm up at this time, and it's like, but we understand each other. So when we do have that time where we do connect
Yeah.
and we do go on Discord and we do play games, it's like we make the most of it. Because dude, at one
That's the only
point
time
that
we have,
like
yeah.
at one point the support thing, it became a chore for me, and I've always said if it becomes a chore, I need to cut it out of my life. I need to
Yeah.
reevaluate it, and I need to make sure that I do it in moderation,
Mhm.
because you know, with the support, the only way that I, you know, at one point the only way that I knew how to support was by watching people, and it's like, okay, now I'm making, you know, money on Twitch, which is great. You know, I'll put some of it aside, put it into savings, and then the rest, you know, I'll put back into the community. So, and it got to the point where even that started becoming unbalanced, and I'm like, all right, let me get money out of my savings to support everyone else, and it's like you got to find that even balance, because that's where the burnout can start.
Yeah. Yeah. Finding the balance is hard. It's tough
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, you know, I was so I was following all the drama with like the top streamers, like offline TV or whatever, and there had been some drama going on, and I was watching Pokemon stream about like her side of the story, and she was talking about how she was in the house and she just felt very lonely. And I'm like,
Yeah.
here's like number one, streamer girl, and here she is like feeling like she doesn't really have anyone to talk to, feeling like very lonely, and that's
Yeah.
the thing, like
Mhm.
would I want to be partner if I just like have
Yeah.
chats I can't even keep up with and not like any genuine relationships? Like, no, I
Yeah.
wouldn't want that. Like,
Mhm.
you guys are like why I'm a stream. You guys are like what makes me happy. So it's just
Yeah.
TK
TK
makes
just
a
made
great
an
point.
amazing.
Though.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. Claudio sees it. It can
It
be
can be
lonely.
lonely.
Yeah, lots of fake people.
yeah,
You-
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, at
yeah.
that point, you're
I've
basically settled
met
in
those
with
fake people too.
yeah. You're settled in with a bunch of people who are
Mhm.
literally fending for themselves to keep themselves where they're at. And
Yeah.
so, again, this kind of circles back to knowing that, like what I personally want out of this is to have that great community. I don't want to be the next Tfue or Pokemon or whatever, because I want to be able to still have I still want to have all these people that I've found in my life, and I
Mhm.
feel like trying to rise to the top creates a competition, a challenge
Yeah.
that I would rather just be a moderately, if making partner is definitely a goal of mine, of course, but I'll say that like I want it to just be kind of a
Falls into place.
yeah, and
Yeah.
and that I get to like kind of continue to maintain what has already been built, and I think that kind of like encompasses the whole thing here, that everybody in chat that's trying to understand, like, where do you go from here, what do you do, and I think the best thing that you can do is have fun and build a community, because that's like what Twitch really kind of is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's not about being the biggest baddest streamer on Twitch.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not about, it's about being there with a community that has fun and can, just make your whole world better.
Yeah. That's 100% what it's about. It's about developing the community, like not even community. It's about developing like the friends
Hmm.
before you make it up there. Because like TK
Yeah.
was saying, like TK was saying and Colette about Pokey situation. It's hard. It's hard to make friends if you don't have friends when you're at the top. You're gonna stay like with very little friends because you have all these people that shit. If I'm a partner, are you really my friend because you want to be my friend, or are you trying to be my friend because you want the clout?
Because yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
It's
I feel like I actually bumped into that recently, where I was going to raid out, and then there was this guy in my chat who goes, he was like, oh, so I'm playing Dead by Daylight right now. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then he goes, so who you planning to raid? I'm just like, I'm gonna go raid my friend. And he's like, oh, well, I'm doing Dead by Daylight right now. I'm like, why
Yeah,
are you in
you
my
mentioned
chat
that.
right now? Yeah, why the hell are you in chat right now? And then so I've been kind of like ignoring him. And then he messaged me on Instagram. He was like, hey, are you mad at me? And I mentioned it to him, and I was like, you know what? It's not cool. Like, I feel like I deserve the right to choose who I want to raid. I probably would have raided you if you hadn't said anything, maybe.
wait, who are we
But
talking about? I literally like just who's this?
it was someone in my chat. But,
No names.
Oh yeah, no
Wait, no
names.
names.
No names.
Wait,
no
go over
names.
the situation very quickly again. I don't know why, but I just like had a brain fart. I didn't.
Oh my god! Claudio, oh my god!
I'm so burnt out right now.
Someone
guys,
was
you don't even
hinting
understand.
that she should raid them.
Yeah, and then he goes,
Oh, okay.
what does he say? He's like, oh, well, that was, like, not my intention at all, but I was like, I even had Kat evaluate the whole situation. I was like, so what do you think of this? And she's like, well, he wants you to raid him. And I'm just like, yeah, exactly, right? But he said it wasn't his intention. And then what made it worse is when he goes, well, I'm sorry. Like, he types in like UHHH, like in between this I'm sorry. And like, That's not gonna help me.
sorry.
You said I'm sorry, but you said in the middle, and I'm like, wait. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not gonna forgive you for that. You still
That almost sounds
my
like
chat.
backpedaling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
He
I'm
definitely backpedaled.
sorry?
I'm sorry.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
as if it were a question.
I'm like, you're blocked.
Yeah, that's like another thing. If we want to prevent Twitch burnout, you need to know where your boundaries are. They're
Sim.
Yeah, you need boundaries. Oh my god.
Yeah.
yeah, you do kind of like need to do guidelines because we're people too. Like the streamers are people too, and if there's
Yeah.
people in chat like trying to make us feel guilty, like, or make us feel like we need to let them play with us, or we need to
Yeah.
like make them feel better, if they're down, we need to like be able to clarify what our boundaries are and like make sure they don't cross it.
Yeah, and lately what I've been doing is because I've been having people hop into my stream like, hey, you want to like queue in with me or whatever. It's just completely random person, but lately I'm just like, I'd love to play with you, but I want to get to know you first. Like, if you're here in the chat long enough, maybe I'll play with you. Maybe like a month later I'll play with you. But I'm not gonna accept you. I'd rather play with my friends like Claudio, Liz.
Yeah,
you know,
well, that's
thanks.
because Nettie's had some bad experiences. Like there'd be people who just kind of assume that they're gonna be a part of the game next time. Like,
Yeah.
they don't even wait for an invite. They just be like, "Can I play now?"
Just join.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or they
join
just
the
join
game.
like without even asking.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, the
It
people.
started to get scary.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
started to get really scary.
And it
And
sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Because you don't want to be mean, Saying no is hard for me already. So having to deny them hurts more.
No, but it's not even about being mean. It's about being cautious. Like
It's about boundaries.
Yeah.
It's about
it's like,
boundaries.
and it's not. It's like it sucks because it happens to me all the time, and I just brush it off. I'm like
Yeah.
I'll have people like. If you ever come by my stream, like like I don't really like have rules, but when it gets too far, you'll know, because you know what I'm about. Like I'll have people
Yeah.
I'll have people saying, ironically, this one guy was like, "Hey, can you say this word?" And I'm like, "It's Portuguese. I know exactly what it means." But like come on, like you think I'm gonna fall for that? I would have already said it. I don't care. But like,
Yeah.
come on, you're gonna try and get
why
me with
are we
that? Like,
doing that? I know. See, someone said something in Spanish, and I translated the word, and it was like a word for fucking penis, and I was like, why do you want me to say that? Like, like I was shocked. I was like, there's people out there just doing that on random streams.
Immature kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some person was like, "Can you say this name?" And I said, or I think they like followed or something. And I said their name, and
That was the worst.
Yeah.
and
I know.
yeah,
Some names
It was-
are like sometimes you wonder how.
Thing is, looking back on it, they're funny sometimes.
Uh-huh.
I'm like,
But yeah, there's a
haha.
lot of them where it's like, and I think that's another good point to bring up is like, you don't owe anything. Like you don't have to do anything that your viewers are asking of you. So it's like it's good to
Yeah.
keep that boundary and understand that like there's a lot of times where the very first thing that comes to mind for me personally as a moderator in any either Discord or Twitch is when
Mhm.
somebody comes in and starts demanding something of the streamer. I'm like, whoa,
Oh my
Oh,
god.
man.
pump the
I feel
brakes.
that happens a
You
lot in
don't get to
Colette's
do
thing.
that.
In Colette's, like I've seen it, and I just instant ban. Like I don't even know why you guys time out. I just ban right away because
Yep.
if they really want to be in that chat, they would message you and understand why they were banned. But if you just time them out, I feel like it just infuriates them more.
Yeah, it stirs the pot. It gets them riled up. And that actually may be a good topic for some time as well is Twitch etiquette, right?
Yeah, Twitch
Yeah.
etiquette. That'd be funny.
Understanding that going into somebody's stream and being like, "Hey, I'm about to start my stream soon," that comes off really poorly because it's like, why are you plugging yourself that way? Like, if I
Jack
ask you
Claudio.
when you're streaming next, if I ask you when you're streaming next, it's fine. Claudio, you're a unique case, man. Like you are
it's kind of like a part of my. It's a part of my thing. Like
Exactly.
I don't.
Personality. That's what it is.
Because you approach it the right way.
Yeah, because it's like, yo, I never take it seriously. Like a lot of people, like they've confronted me about it, and they're like, "Ugh, follow for follow, support for support." I'm like, yo, I don't mean that
Yeah.
shit. Like I don't fucking care. It's
Yeah.
just it's just what I do for fun. It's like, yo, like that's why I always add the ha ha like at the end because it's like. It's like I'm fucking kidding. I'm fucking kidding. Like if you want to follow me, that's fine. If not, that's also fine. Like I don't care. But if you're not following me,
Yeah.
then go fuck yourself. No, I'm just kidding.
See, that's where it's
That's-
different though.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like a comedic thing. It's like that's my persona on stream.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
but you
that's
still
funny.
you still get me, but like you just get like just a little bit extra. I obviously don't mean that stuff. It's fucking
You get the trolling.
like even
Yeah.
like Blaz, bro.
Just
I did
use
that
the
shit to
Claudio.
Blaz for like 2 or 3 days. Like I would just mess, but it's fun. Like I like just fucking around with people and be like, oh, you're not following me, bro. Like what's wrong with you? It's like
And you know, and it's
I feel like I should just like unfollow Claudio and then I'll follow him again and then I'll see what his reaction is. Like, what would his reaction be? He'd be like, what
I'd
the fuck?
probably
he just
Call you out. He would call you out. Like
Actually,
right
no,
there.
yeah,
absolutely not. I would do the exact opposite. Like I wouldn't call. I find that so funny, bro. I find that so funny because I remember there was like there was this one person. I don't even know this person, but apparently this guy is known for that. It's like he'll go and do the whole fucking follow for follow, and then
Yeah.
like if you unfollow him, he'll confront you. And like I kind of wanted to like see what would happen if you tried that with me. And
Yeah.
if like, bro, if anybody ever messages me like, "Oh, why'd you unfollow me?" Like, I'd be like, first of all, this is social media. You're a fucking moron. Don't ever confront me again. And then I would probably go like on I would go on a rampage. Like, no, like at the end of the day, like the way that I see this is like, if you want to follow me, fine. If not, that's fine too. If you don't like me, like if you don't like what I produce, if you don't like what I'm about, I'm 100% okay with that. I don't expect anyone to ever follow me. But like just know at the end of the day, like if I start to see things about you and I start to learn things about you, or I don't like, what you produce, I'm not gonna stick around. There's no hard feelings. I still want everyone to succeed. I want everyone to eat. Sometimes just I don't want them to eat at my table. That's it.
Mhm. Yep.
Follow
Sorry,
me on
like
Twitch
talking
TV before
about,
10 o'clock.
oh, sorry, talking about like the weird interactions. Like a couple of times it's happened where like I'll be on stream and someone will be like, "Hey, I sent you a message. Did you read my message?" Or like they'll take it like off stream and then I'll get like a weird DM from someone I've never talked to before and I'll be nice, I'll be like, "Oh, hi,
Yeah.
like thanks for stopping by." And they'll message me, they'll continue to message me and I like stop replying as much, but I'll be like, "Thanks," I'm like really dry with it. And then they'll be like, "Wow, like, after I like stopped by your stream and like supported you, whatever, you could be, you seem like you're busy. Like, sorry to bother you." And I'm like, "No, dude, I just don't know you." Like, I get that a lot, and I'm just like, I don't like, I don't know. I'm like, dude, I don't know who
Weird.
you are. I'm sorry. Like, I'm
It's
not
like they
gonna.
expect to be connected with you.
Yes.
And that's what I tell people. I'm like, because there's some people who would like personally message me on Discord and just have like just a conversation, and I'm like, oh, you could just talk to me through my Discord. Just talk on the general chat. I'll reply back on general chat whenever I can, and we're all like a group of friends there. So whenever someone does message me on Discord and they're like a new viewer, I just never answer it. I'm like, if you want to talk to me on my Discord. I'll talk to you on my Discord.
Yeah. Like, they can be
Yeah.
so demanding. And I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, like, I don't even know you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're like,
dude.
why
Oh
are you
my
trying
God.
to slip into my DMs?
I know. I'm traumatized from opening up my DMs. I can't, dude. Too much.
And I think people with expectations can like make the burnout even worse too.
Yeah.
Because like
It is.
I had someone, I literally had someone drop bits, and literally like they dropped bits, and then right after they wrote, "Now dance." I'm like, what?
What?
I was like,
What
don't
the
worry,
fuck?
I know who I know the person personally, so it's like
Yeah.
I didn't do it. I don't think I did it, or I was in the middle of a game. First of all, I was in the middle of a game. Now it's like if I'm playing, yeah, fuck it, I'll do it for like a quick second or some stupid shit. But like
Yeah.
at first, I was like, yo, like you're not like I'm not a one trick pony. Like I'm not here.
Yeah.
I'm here for your entertainment, but I'm not here for your amusement. I'm not like I'm
Yeah.
literally not a monkey that you can just make dance on cue. That's not how this
Yeah.
works.
Mhm.
And I
That's
would
so
And
dumb. That's rude.
That's so
Yeah.
rude.
I
100%.
would say that
But
the majority of you here too have that in your about, in your sections and below in Twitch that says donations, subs, we welcome them, but they're not required. They're not necessary. Like you can do it if you want to. You can donate bits if you want. You can sub, gift subs, whatever. Just because you did that doesn't, like, it sounds kind of harsh, but it's like we don't owe you anything.
We
Like
don't.
you're getting
Yeah, we
emotes,
don't.
you're getting ad-free content, you're getting all this extra stuff that comes with a subscription. At
Yeah.
this point, you don't get to make demands. Like you don't get to come
Yeah.
in here and say, "Give me this," right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's up to the
it's just rude.
streamers. It's up to the streamer's discretion, like what they want to do on their stream. Like
Yeah.
just because we're streaming
Yeah.
doesn't mean we're here to like do, meet all your demands. Like
Yeah. Like
we're
the
just here
heck? It's
to
only
play
been
games
to-
and chat. Like relax.
And the way
Yeah.
that I see it, like as much as I love everyone, those
Mhm.
like those channel point redemptions, the subs, whatever, like those are all to my discretion. Like if I don't want to
Yeah.
drink water, I'm not gonna drink water on stream. And people don't get that. Like
Yeah.
because people have expectations. And I get it. I have it up there for a reason. But like it's like I'm a human being, Like
Yeah.
you gotta stop seeing as just like you gotta stop seeing it as a fucking screen. I am a person. I don't mind drinking all this water, but like if I don't want to do it, like if you're just gonna try and like demand things out of me, I'll fucking.
And can you
I
imagine? Too
won't.
much water is not good for you. Like you got
Dude, no, I. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, you
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Plain as you go.
I was just saying, too much water is bad for you. Like, I've seen some people who just add it, like they go at it, they get a bunch of channel point redemptions for that, and they just sit there and they're like,
Yeah.
"All right, I'm taking drinks," and it's like,
Yeah.
can you imagine if it was alcohol? Like, if
Yeah.
you're sitting there pummeling down alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
no, it's at your discretion. Like, you do not have to do it because they're
Yeah.
telling you that they're redeeming it, and that's why the
Yeah.
rejection option is there. Like, you say,
Mhm.
never,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
you
don't
get your
do it.
points back,
Yeah.
and I'm saying no.
Yeah, it's like.
Somebody.
I think
Fuck you, Sai.
people often forget that we're playing video games.
Mhm.
We're not just there to sit down and talk, unless we're doing like a just chatting stream. But I think what they often forget is that we're there to play video games. We'll talk to them when we can,
Yeah.
and I think that's what makes it difficult, because like you would see comments where someone would be like, "Oh my god, you didn't say hi to me," but then how are you supposed to say hi to them? How are you supposed to say hi to them?
I'm trying not to die in Spelunky right now. I'm so sorry.
Are you fucking kidding me right now, bro? Oh my god.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's like it's at the end of the day though, it's like it's hard. Why would somebody like? How can you get mad at that? It's like we're
Yeah, how
human.
could-
Like
yeah.
I had somebody get mad at me. I had 2 people get mad at me on my birthday. On my birthday,
I
Yep.
remember that. Yeah.
I remember
that.
Are you
one
kidding
person
me?
didn't acknowledge. Yeah, they didn't acknowledge, or
Yeah.
that not that I didn't acknowledge them, but like okay, it's my birthday. Everyone's there. Everyone's blowing up my chat. I'm cool. with
Yeah,
it.
and that's
Cool,
just
that's fine. And
Yeah.
I missed someone by accident, and I was like, oh fuck. And usually when I miss something, like it's not one of the worst feelings, but like I feel super bad. Like
Yeah.
I'll sometimes message people after stream. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry I missed your message. Like, but somebody genuinely got mad that I didn't acknowledge their bits when they wanted to, not when I wanted to, because my chat was blown up, and I had somebody
Yeah.
else. Like I had somebody else call me a piece of shit on my birthday because I didn't want to like go hang out with them because I
Mhm.
had a prior commitment, and I'm like, yo, like, how,
It's my
like how you?
birthday.
It's my birthday. First of all, I want to do whatever I want, but like, make plans with me. Don't just like invite me last minute to do something, or don't get mad at me. Like it's, bro,
Mhm.
don't be a dick.
Hmm.
Little Jojo
Mhm.
It's not
Jojo.
that hard.
Have you banned people in the past? What were the circumstances?
So many.
I don't.
A lot.
The circumstances, I mean, I haven't banned
Yeah.
a lot of people, but the circumstances are endless.
Mhm.
People who are being gross in chat, like gross just
Mhm.
because they're like, oh look, it's a girl who's streaming. I can be totally degrading to her. And like I
Exactly.
gave her bits and I can say whatever the heck I want. And it's like, no,
Yeah,
you're getting
doesn't
banned.
it doesn't work like that?
Oh,
But give me your
yeah.
money. It's
Mhm.
so yeah. No, I think I've banned. I didn't actually. I don't even think I've banned people. I'm very lenient when it comes to my stream, guys. Like, you can fucking come into my stream, plug yourself, do whatever the fuck you want, but like get to know me first. I think it was like the beginning of a stream. Some guy came
Mhm.
in, dropped a link, and I looked at his messages. He only dropped one message ever on my stream,
Mhm.
and that
Yeah.
was the one message. I'm like, fuck you. Deleted that
Yeah, someone
message.
did that to
Get
me.
out. It's
Mhm.
like, I don't care if you want to promote yourself. If you like, that's fine. I get it, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, if you're just gonna drop a link to drop a link, eat a dick, you know?
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, someone
Yep.
hopped into my stream before where they posted their own clip of Dead by Daylight. And I've never talked to them once. Like, if it was like you, Claudio, sending me a freaking clip of yours, I don't care because you guys are like my close friends. But
Yeah.
it was like
Yeah.
a completely random guy, and he just posted a clip of his gameplay, and I'm like, dude.
It's like,
rude.
bye.
Yeah, self
Okay, I'm
promotion.
playing Dead by Daylight. Are you gonna raid me?
Why you hate me?
Fucking hell.
Yo,
I don't understand. What do you guys want from me? I'm just playing Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, usually self
I'm
promotion.
sorry.
Anyone who's being like offensive. If the streamer asks someone to stop doing something and the person like continues, then look, I'll ban them.
Yeah.
Doctor,
Repeat.
huh?
Yeah. And
Oh,
Huh?
yeah. Oh, go ahead.
no, I was just saying, like, I'm extremely lenient. Like, I had a friend one time. I guess I didn't have my link filter set up, so like he literally, and he's a friend. He's a friend. He linked a porn site, and I deleted it. I was like, bro, like, chill out. But like, I wouldn't ban him for that because I know he was fucking
Yeah.
around and kidding. But like,
Yeah.
if you come into my chat and you want to drop a link, or you want to fucking like when you want to make me say something like, oh, you have a super stupid name, you want me to try and get it on stream,
Yeah.
like, bro, you could just ask me, can you say this? Like, all right, cool. Like,
Yeah.
no, like, come on.
Right.
Yeah.
Dr. Sir Diala asked, who are your favorite viewers and why?
Oh my god, no, I can't answer that.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
that's
alright.
a trap.
Who are the streamers that inspire you?
Everyone here on this podcast.
Aw.
Aw.
Nailed
Same
it.
with you guys.
I can point in the right direction.
You know what? I have an answer to the favorite viewers question. The viewers that come and have a conversation with me. That's all.
Yeah.
That is all I ask for.
Actually, yeah.
Put it on
Yes.
record right now. I don't need any subs. I don't need any donations. I don't need any. I don't need any financial support. I mean, I do because
I
my
just
life is a
want-
mess right now. But like, it's never 100. It's never obligated. All I want is people to have a conversation with, because
that's why I
my anxiety kills me when I get like 0 views. It's not about like, oh man, I'm not being a good enough streamer. I'm like, it's like, am I a good enough person right now? Like, I start to overthink. That's my problem. But it's like, you don't have to support me in any way whatsoever. Just come and talk with me. Tell me
Yeah.
how your day was. Tell me what you had for lunch or dinner, or what you want to talk about. Like, that's why I do the just chatting thing most of the time, because that's what I love to do. I don't need any subs. But also, if you want to sub to me, you're more than welcome to. But
you
like,
got dope emotes.
yeah, I do have dope emotes. Oh, fuck, emotes, man, come on, guys. But like,
Yeah.
seriously, like, my favorite viewers are the ones that just come in and have a conversation with me, even if it's not for long. Even if it's like, oh, I just wanted to hit you up before bed. I wanted to say what's up, ask you how your day was. That's more than fine.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
Just taking the time. Like, I totally appreciate everyone who just takes the time to, like, at least say hi and chat with me for a little bit.
My favorite viewer is Stream Elements because
Always there. Always there.
Always
Never
there.
misses a
Always
beat.
there.
he
Yeah.
never leaves me.
Because the
My
thing
favorite
is,
viewer
Does the job
Lindsay
for me.
Lohan's.
like, Claudio, how you said that, like, you start thinking, like, oh, it's not me being, like, doing good enough as a streamer, but me as a person. Like, the thing is, like,
Yeah.
streaming is you. Like, you're, like, it's all about you. It's, like, how well you present yourself.
Yeah.
So it's, like,
Exactly, yeah. But the way that I
Yeah.
approach it is like, am I producing enough content, or am I
Yeah.
doing good enough as a streamer? Am I doing good enough as a human being?
No, but
like,
that's how I feel too. Because then it's like, oh,
Yeah.
is my personality like not enough? So that's why, yeah, it's like appreciating everyone that does come by. It like reminds you that it is. You
Mhm.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, it's
Yep.
that's what it is for me, man. That's
So I think in summary here, real quick, again, it's about having fun and building that community. And if you focus on that and not focus so much on every underlying aspect of Twitch, you're gonna have a much better time. You're gonna feel a lot less
Yes.
burnout,
Mhm.
and you're
Mhm.
gonna enjoy
1000%.
yourself.
Mhm.
I just realized that it's 7 o'clock.
I know.
Yeah.
I only have 1 hour left to eat. I intermittent fast, so I'm gonna go pig
Nice.
out right
Oh
after.
my
It's,
god.
I love how we always have just enough conversation to just keep it rolling, and that's what I appreciate so much about everybody here.
I
I feel.
realized.
Go ahead, Liz. Sorry.
I realized that this is like our Twitch Stings group. Well, plus Rakusa, but
I know.
yeah.
Yep.
It's happening next week, guys.
Next week,
Next
Saturday.
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 Yes.
I'm so excited.
I can't
So-
wait.
So to kind of lay into the usual here, I know I'm pointing the wrong direction because it's opposite for me here. Yep, there we go. So let's get the what's everybody doing next? What's
All right, everybody else go first. I'll go last.
y'all plug yourselves real quick.
Plug. Okay. Well, I stream Sunday, Monday, Thursday, Saturday, and I'm gonna be celebrating 700 followers next Saturday.
Let's
And
go.
we're gonna be doing Twitch Sings with these amazing people right now.
Oh yeah,
Yay.
that's right.
What do you mean? What do you mean? That's right. What, you forgot about it?
No, I didn't forget about it.
What a
I just have
shame.
to act surprised every
Bring your
time.
drinks. Bring your drinks. That's my plug.
Nice.
For Claudio, I'm gonna get that bottle of Henny.
Ooh, damn. Sarah, you can go.
I'll go.
Plug yourself,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know. I want to stream Spelunky. I want to stream Spelunky again next week because I want to beat it. Like, I'm so determined to beat that game. I might do a music stream at some point because that's kind of like the direction that I'm like taking these days. Is just I'm doing like covers and stuff on stream, and then joining in on Nettie's 700 celebration on Saturday. So yeah, that's pretty exciting.
Oh,
All right, Claudio. It's you.
What am I doing? I don't fucking know.
if all he said was,
Yeah, same.
or tell everyone
uh,
about yourself. Like, what do you normally stream?
it's true, Fluffy. I married you guys in chat.
I stream a little bit of everything, guys. I'm a variety streamer, but like I stream mainly FPS games and Dead by Daylight. I don't have a set schedule, guys. I stream when I want.
You're like Jesus. You go with
Just
the wind.
follow the Twitter.
I
Follow
just-
the
yeah,
Twitter
exactly.
to get the
If you
updates.
want to know when I'm gonna stream, my Instagram and my fucking Twitter are in the cloud. Find me on Discord, talk with me. I'm usually gaming offline anyways, cause like I prefer sometimes to just
Mhm.
chill, and maybe I'll like watch anime or something. I don't fucking know. But what Apex? I just downloaded Call of Duty again. I used to play Escape from Tarkov, but I'm never touching that game again. But yeah. Just I play whatever I want whenever I want. Okay, guys.
Nice.
Say it.
Sure.
Say
Oh, I
it.
also play
Say it.
League of Legends sometimes. So
You play League? What?
yeah, I've been
Oh
Oh
playing.
my God,
League.
Sarah plays.
Sarah's-
Oh,
yeah.
Liz does too. Liz.
Oh, also
Or
yeah, I
do you-
play a lot of League, you guys. Like
Yeah,
that's
she plays a lot. I play a little. I play a little bit of
God,
League.
too. I totally forgot you do.
I haven't
too.
loaded up League in
You do
years.
variety though. A variety.
Fucking load it up.
Oh yeah,
It's,
we might be
yeah.
doing like a cosplay stream soon. So that
Oh,
might be
yes.
happening
Dope.
soon.
Up.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Wow.
Awesome.
Thank
Yeah,
you guys.
fuck
What
yeah.
about you, plans?
Oh, I'm gonna plug myself. All right.
Yeah, you
Um,
dumb shit. What the fuck?
Co-host of the.
I figured being a co-host is not necessary, but all right. I guess the last thing I was playing was Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, one of my all-time favorites, and
Wow.
it's been fun to roll through that again. But I too am a variety streamer. I try to play a little bit of everything because I have a huge backlog of games that I've been trying to work my way through. But you will often and more often than not see me playing Nintendo, something Nintendo, anything Nintendo, and Nintendo. It is, yeah, that was my console growing up, and that's it's still my favorite thing today. But I do play some things PC. Actually, my second thing is PC, and then PS4. So a
Nice.
little bit of everything though, from FPS to adventure to RTS to things like LOL, and the only thing you may never see me play is Fortnite.
Yeah, fuck Fortnite.
Wow, strong feelings about Fortnite.
He does.
I'm just gonna say it because I like to stir things up.
Good.
Oh.
Fucking, I'll
Oh, wait,
back you
wait.
up 100%.
But didn't you say you might do like
Yeah.
a community thing? Maybe?
I don't want
Like
to talk about
a
it.
community. He said he might do a community channel point thing for Fortnite in the future.
Perhaps. It'd
Are
be
you
a
serious?
situation where I
That's
would
hilarious.
only want to play with people that are within the immediate group of people that I know that play it, because I don't know, maybe it's changed over the years, but it's always been so toxic that I just don't want to mess with it. But
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let you guys know right now. I don't care how much I know you. If you play Fortnite, I'm not going to your stream.
Wow.
that's
I
fine,
just
dude.
don't like the game. I just don't like the game. I'll
Fine.
stop by and I'll be like, hey, and then I'll see the game and I'll be like, bye.
Bye.
No,
Why
I'm just
is
kidding, I'm
why
just
is
kidding.
that? Like, people have such strong feelings about Fortnite. I've never seen anyone play the game. I know nothing about the game. It's one of those things that I've never like checked out.
When I first
just-
started streaming, I actually streamed Fortnite, and I
Alright,
was
I'm out.
happy. I was happy with my 8 viewers. At the
Hey,
time.
Me
Dude.
right now.
At the
same,
time.
honestly.
I was
I don't
so
know.
happy.
It's like Fortnite's not a bad game. I think it's just like it's like put on a pedestal. And people are like, yeah, fucking love Fortnite.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just a regular battle royale. It's a
I
fucking.
did not mean to turn this into a Fortnite bash, though. For what it's worth.
Nah.
I'm closing it out.
I just wanted to make it known that I won't play it.
Damn.
Yeah, I got addicted to the game at some point. Like I was like, I would play like 4 or 6 hours of the game and just like, oh my god, is there something wrong with me? I don't play shooting games. Like why am I so obsessed with this game? I got out of it now. I'm in Dead by Daylight now and Monster Hunter. So
Yep.
This is sounding like an intervention. Like, I'm not playing Fortnite
Planes?
anymore.
Sorry, Planes, go ahead. Thank you
Oh,
for being
yeah.
here.
Yep. No, I got that. That's all I got.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just.
I respect all gamers. I'm just in case people are taking it seriously, I respect all gamers.
Yeah.
If you play on mobile, you can go fuck yourself. But
Fort Trash is a great
Fucking-
game. Love it.
I respect all games. I respect all games. I don't know. Fortnite's
yeah.
Okay. You want to go ahead? You could go.
I was
if you
just
need
gonna
to
say
go.
thank you guys so much for being here today. Thank you for
Oh.
being a part of the show and being guests and everything. It's been lovely having y'all, and
Yes, thank you.
we look forward to next time, which we haven't decided on a topic yet. But next month there will be another positivity podcast, as it's going to be a monthly deal.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
I
This
love
is
these
a great.
podcasts. Amazing.
This was
These are
a great
great.
first and last experience, since I'm probably gonna be the least favorite fucking streamer to be on this fucking. It's okay if you guys don't like me. That's
Shut the
fine.
fuck up. Stop it. You're
Shut up, Claudia.
All right,
weekly,
that's everything.
weekly panel.
All right,
Just
here we
fucking-
go. We're ready.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
I-
you guys for being here.
Bye.
It's a
Bye.
pleasure. Thank you guys.
Cheers.
Bye.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Bye.
All right.
Okay, I'm
That was
gonna
excellent.
go find someone to raid. If you need to go eat, you can go ahead.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, yeah. Thanks, Liz, as
Yeah,
always.
of course. Thank you for
been a
being here.
And we'll do this again next time.
yeah. Catch Planes doing. Oh, we're gonna do a community night on
Oh, yeah,
on
this
Tuesday for Mario Kart 8. So if you guys want to join,
Break it out, folks. Let's go. It'll be
Yes.
8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time in the U.S.
oh my
So, yeah.
gosh. TK, thank you so much.
TK, you
oh my
baller.
gosh, TK.
Cheers.
Thank you.
All
thank
right,
you,
Liz.
Thank you.
I'll
Okay,
see you next time.
bye, Plans. Okay. We'll go ahead and raid. If you guys don't know me, I'm Lizzie. I'm a variety streamer. Right right now I kind of cut down my hours, but thank you, Rakusa, for the bits. I play, let's see, on Tuesdays I play Mario games with Plains Wanderer, who is just here. Wednesdays I do a co-op night with Nettie, so we just kind of play whatever games. I am gonna raid. Oh, Rakusa, you're so funny. And then on Sunday nights I play random games. Let's see, who shall we raid? Oh, we could raid Kat. She does all my emotes, everyone. These are my emotes. And Cataplay does these. I play games. You should raid me. Oh, thank you, MXW. If you want to play, let us know if you have Mario Kart. East Coast till I die, bitch. Okay, we can raid Kat. She's doing art right now. Yeah. If you guys can please stick around
This is for Annabelle in the chat.
for the raid. She does
She
amazing
only plays, like,
emotes.
scary games. And let me give
Fluffy's
a
here
shout out
too.
to
Everyone, this is a cute,
so much
super cute emote that Fluffy
up,
made
and
me.
keep up,
She does
so
super cute
kind.
emotes also, so please
So,
check
so
out
much.
Fluffy Sita. She's in chat.
Nettie, how was the podcast?
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead.
Blastas, hello, hello.
Oh, shoot.
Y eso que elegiste sonido emblema para el canal, las chupetas. Yeah, Caro, I got those because I didn't